We've been
Or the dance, the House of Targaryens is doing. They call it the Dance of Fire. You guys be the Dance of Hosts.
the dance of hosts.
Yeah, it's a
I
civil
mean,
war out here.
I don't know. It's not really much of a war. I just clear. It's like if there's no fight back, it's
Dominating him, huh?
just dominating. I don't know. Ron, thoughts
Thoughts on?
on this host war?
I'm all for it.
Like, where do you think you are, though?
I mean, nobody in here has juggled 1,800 people consecutively for 2.5 hours.
Okay,
so.
Ron.
Oh no, I'm gonna let you guys do it.
Okay, Nasty, you just go
when
right
you guys
there.
figure all that out, you come and see me.
Okay, all right.
He got a
That's what
point.
we're doing.
He's got a point.
Okay.
It's not really that hard to be a host. I'll be honest with you.
Wow.
It's harder to be a host and a panelist at the same time.
Ron just said he do numbers. That's what he's trying to tell y'all. Ain't about if it's hard or not. He just trying to know he do numbers.
And this is why context matters.
Exactly.
Make context matter again.
Nah,
This guy's
why.
on the show with tickets.
I know why. I know why.
We all know why.
We all know why. But at the end of the day, he can say I do numbers. He can still say it. But we do know why. I'm with you there, Dub.
Hold on, no. I don't know why. Why you doing numbers, Ron?
Because Dub, I be making you look good too on Gridiron. I mean,
I love you.
try my best.
I love you.
I do my best.
Wait, Ron, are you saying that he's a bozo, so it's all up to you to make him look good, or?
I mean, kind of.
Pretty much, you're Blake Griffin and he's Chris Paul.
Yes, exactly.
And I just highlight the bozo.
Yeah, pretty much.
Got
I'm not
you.
gonna hold you. I'm never Blake Griffin in any scenario that we're a part of. Just remind yourselves of that. Isn't Blake Griffin had a kid with Lana
I was
Rhodes?
gonna say, speaking of Blake Griffin, that's definitely his kid. That's got to be his kid. There's no way that's not his kid.
You ever see that Future clip where he's walking around? It's the evil world we live in. That's all I think of when I see that shit.
He also looks so weird, so out of place in a Celtics jersey.
Yeah, definitely.
It is so weird.
What's his number? He's like 71.
91.
91. He's on his Dennis Rodman.
Like, what do you think you are, Blake?
He wasn't even supposed to really be playing. It's just Robert Williams and Danilo hurt. Blake was about to just get sent on the bench and chill.
That's crazy.
I like Robert Williams to be a sneaky DPOY pick this year.
So
No, thank you.
But he's gonna miss
Bam
2
out of
more season,
bio.
isn't he?
No, thank you.
How many?
He's only gonna be out for like 6 to 8 more weeks.
He'll be
I
out
thought he was
till
missing like 3
he'll only
months.
be out till I think he'll be back end of November, start of December for sure.
Yeah,
Okay, so he's
sure.
missing
That's still like a month and a half.
a month and a half is a lot of time to miss. I don't know.
I think, but I would say this for my gamblers: if you are putting in a future right now, he's at plus 1,000, and since he's missing 6 weeks, he'll probably go to plus 1,500. It might be good stock to buy Robert Williams stock right now in that race. You never know what can happen at the end. I'm just telling y'all.
Don't
do
do
it.
it.
Right
now.
Don't do it.
It's an investment
right now.
It's an investment.
Where's
Stop,
AD?
you're gambling.
Where's AD? Where's AD?
AD might. He was at last time I looked plus 800. He's like Robert Williams is like my dark horse pick, but he's also like my favorite because I think the odds got the favorite is Bam. I think Bam number 1 right now. But I like Robert Williams.
I'd rather or Jared Jackson. I might have Jared Jackson.
He's missing just as much time as Robert Williams.
But
Oh,
I mean,
shit, he is hurt.
I thought he was
only
missing
thing-
more.
The
I
only
think-
thing
I think
now
he's- I think
have
he
to
is.
say is what if we're going this perimeter defender trend though that it looks like the award might be headed towards.
Nah.
Michael Bridges could be going out.
Nah.
That's just not a trend. It happened one time.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I think it might be
was
a
an
trend,
anomaly.
bro. If
I
it
think it
happens
was an
twice,
anomaly.
I think it's an anomaly.
I think
If it happens this year, then
if it happens
okay,
this year, it's
I
Drew
can
Holiday.
see.
If any,
It
if
will.
if there's going to be any
Davion
player, it's Mitchell.
Mitchell.
going to be Drew Holiday.
I just think
Terrible vocabulary, J. Rob. Get educated, bro.
Yo.
It's not the same thing.
Hey, Bobby, who'd you say?
Davion Mitchell.
It's like
Excuse
UConn
me.
education, J-Bob.
Excuse me. Excuse the hell out
Hey,
of
but
me.
I really like Mikal Bridges though. I think he should have got a little more praise last year than he did. And defensive
agree
player of
with
the year, a lot of that boils down to how good your defense is in general. But just as a defender, Mikal, he does a lot of things for that defense.
He probably would have got it if Devin Booker played a little D2, help him out a bit.
Yeah, and Chris Paul as well, huh?
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I don't think we need to talk about Chris Paul at all on this show. We've
Wait.
Yeah,
I would like to
I-
say
you
something.
just said
Hey,
the
Mars.
magic word.
Hey,
You
Mars,
said the
why you
magic
ain't-
word.
Mars, why you ain't
Nah.
help out your man?
He did
Floyd was
not
out
wanna-
here
he did-
baking that boy.
Ah,
You
yo,
ain't
yo,
help
hey,
him.
Dub was defending himself just fine.
Nah, he
Out
was
on an
chilling.
island.
I
You're
was
not listening.
I was
Hey,
doing
you're
just fine.
not
I was
Bro,
doing
it-
just fine.
drowning.
Until
was
that
Dub.
Mars is lying.
It was-
Mars knew that boy was
like,
drowning.
Yeah.
Dub was doing just fine. Everyone wanted to overreact.
Mars, you like
Fluent went
that
on a
Polo
monologue
defended
and
that-
everyone went crazy. But Dub was
Mars
Mars,
was
you
like,
like
I'ma
that Polo
just stay out of
defender.
this
You ain't
one.
even object. Why you ain't even stand up and say objection?
I had
You
nothing
could've
to
helped your
object
boy
to.
out.
Dub was saying what he had to say. Like he got what he wanted to get
This
off.
is
Bro,
what
I
I'm
was
saying.
out there
Don't start
hanging
pleading
out
the
with
fifth now like
Wilson.
Noriega, bro.
I'm-
Like
I'm gonna tell
Nori
y'all.
now.
I'm gonna tell
You
y'all
had
like
Kanye West. You had Kanye West on the show, Mars.
Facts.
You can't take it back now.
Facts.
You
You
had
were
him
supposed
up
to get him
there.
off the stand
Yeah,
immediately.
You had him up
Hey,
there,
hey,
and
hey,
you let
I'm
it
gonna
ride.
tell y'all
You
like
can't
this.
pull a
All this
Nori
shit
and take it
talking,
back
all this
now,
shit
bro.
what y'all talking, y'all gotta understand the clips that these guys are going on. At the end of the day, you gotta look at it like this. Fluent has the take that everybody's gonna agree with. Fluent has the take that the masses definitely gonna agree with. So of course, whatever he says that sounds a little bit correct, you guys are just gonna run with this shit. The points in which I was making, it held a bit of weight, 100%, and he was even agreeing with some of the points I was making. So let's not do that. The
I
part
don't
that
know.
lost me that debate was when I said the top 10 shit. And I was
Nah, it was
OD right
before
there.
that.
No, that top 10 shit was OD. Before that, we had good back and forth. Before that, we was talking. And you guys just running with something that y'all running with something that y'all agree with because of y'all hate towards Chris Paul. That's
Hey,
just
JD,
a
is
fact.
it
It's not hate.
JD?
Hold
Is
on.
it fair to say that my top 10 is better
It's
than
not
Dub's
hate.
top 10?
No,
Yeah,
it's not.
that top 10 was shit.
Dog water.
Dub, also, why are you running away from the top 10 thing? We don't care about anything else.
No,
that you're talking
because
about.
because I looked back at the list because I forgot about some hitters like Giannis and Kevin Garnett, and I was like, oh nah, bro. Like I was,
Oh, yes, very
I
easy
might
to
have.
forget about these guys.
Yeah, I was like, you see what happens? You see what happens? This is what
No,
happens.
but that's why you
And this
can't
is
do lists
advice.
on the spot.
This,
because
yes,
you'll
that's
forget
exactly
people.
what
You'll forget
happened,
people.
bro.
I'll
is-
throw you some bail on that. Then.
Yeah, this is
Nah, they
advice
coerced him
for the.
into doing that. Dub
Yeah,
ain't
yeah.
even mean
This
it. They
is
coerced
advice.
him.
This is advice for people watching.
Bro,
if you
so
get
you just
put on the
crumble under
spot,
pressure like that?
nah.
Like
Sometimes
you crumbled so hard, you said Chris Paul.
I didn't
He
crumble.
crumbled like Chris Paul.
Bro.
I didn't
In the
crumble.
playoffs.
I
He
didn't
went from,
crumble.
and
I
the worst
didn't
part
crumble,
about
bro.
it, he went from having a hell of a take. Yo, he had a hell of a take right before that cliff, bro. It's like
Bro,
he got right to
The
the top of
fold
Mount
was
Everest
so
and just
crazy.
jumped
He was
off that
doing
mug.
some vinyasa, hitting the yoga poses.
Man,
Like,
my
you were
take,
folding so far.
J-Rob, let's be
Bro.
real. All of the takes in which I was saying about Chris Paul was valid. The only thing that truly lost everything and lost everybody was the top 10.
Yeah, the
That's
top
it.
10. That's
But
it.
all the points in which I was making with Chris Paul, his talents and things like that, they were valid points, 100%.
Yeah,
So
those
let's not
points
lie.
are valid. But
It
when
was
you
all
put that 10,
hypotheticals, though.
with the 10,
All right.
that 10 point came in, everybody
Bro,
was like, whoa.
okay, but here's the
whoa.
thing. Here's the thing. Dub, you can go ahead and clarify this right now. You clear the air, but you also have to tell us where you really have Chris Paul, which is still nasty.
Okay, no. So yeah, Ron hit it on the money. He said sometimes you get put on the spot and you say things without thinking. So this is advice to the masses, bro. Just don't do shit like that. Like I did something I just wasn't thinking 100%. But Chris Paul is top 15.
See, this is disgusting, bro. Like you're still, it's crazy. Like next show, you're gonna walk it back. Okay, top 20.
Nah,
Next show,
he's
you're gonna walk
top
back
15.
top 25.
He's
Bro, I
top
think
15.
you really
He's-
need to go
he's top
sit
15.
down and take a really
Oh,
hard look in the mirror and write some
That's what
shit
I
down.
did. Jay, that's exactly what I did. I looked at my list. I was like, nah, I'm gonna make this shit right now. I'm making it. I'm like, okay, this guy. I said, you know what? It could be a 13 or 14 spot above Magic Johnson. Above Magic Johnson.
We definitely need a liquor sponsor after that, bro.
Above Magic Johnson.
I didn't take a shot after that.
Paul 13, Magic Johnson 14, bro.
See,
Get
this
up
is
outta
just
here, bro.
all right. Let's open the show, bro. This is absolutely disgusting. Welcome back to another episode of Players Choice, man. Shout out to everybody tuning in live on YouTube.
Man.
You guys know the deal. The entry fee is hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button. If you have not already subscribed to our Clips channel, this is where all of our content is going because, like I said last episode, we have so much content that we can't get it all up on this main channel. So we started a second channel. That is the Players Choice Clips. The channel is pinned at the top of the chat if you're here live. Otherwise, it's in the top of the description on YouTube, on the audio platform descriptions. So make sure you go and subscribe to that. Wow. Anything else? Any other announcements from you guys?
I'd like to say God bless America. The season is here. NBA season is back. We just seen the Warriors smack the Lakers. We just seen the Boston Celtics proven that they could be sustainable without Ime Udoka. So all you guys who overrate coaches sometimes, bro, all I gotta say is this. The Boston Celtics look legit.
Let's go, Boston.
Boston looks legit.
Yo, okay, let's go Boston. Let's go James Harden. Ron, your boy.
And keep in mind, I seen somebody put it in the chat. I still have to give you guys my all overrated and all underrated team. James Harden may be on one of those lists.
Oh my! Can we talk
It
about
better not
last
be
night?
that overrated.
Hold on, Ron. You need put a pin in that because we're coming right to that after we talk about these games last night. I have to hear this list. All right, so bro, I'm gonna be honest. We'll obviously talk about it, but I really don't give a shit about this Lakers Warriors game last night, bro. That was atrocious.
I do.
It
I
just
care.
wasn't
I do
fun
too.
to watch.
I do too. I'll say.
I'm like I said, we're gonna
give a fuck.
talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. But I'm way more excited to talk about the Sixers and Celtics because I'm ready to overreact. James Harden, 35, 7 and 8. Embiid, 26, 5 and 15. Tyrese Maxey putting in 21 points, 2 assists, one rebound. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown combining for 70.
Jaylen.
Grant Williams shooting 100% from the field. 15 points, 1 assist, 1 board. Malcolm Brogdon, first night with the Celtics, 16, 4 and 2. Not bad. I was actually paying a little bit of attention before I had to bounce. I made sure when he subbed in, watching him like literally off the ball on defense, just watching Malcolm Brogdon run around and see how he kind of fit that system. Looked good opening night. Obviously, you have 81 more games to go. But yeah, thoughts on the Sixers-Celtics game? James Harden, bro. Woo! MVP.
That's what you're most excited about? You know what's crazy? So James had 35, right?
Yeah.
3 people in the same game dropped 35. Opening night. That's wild.
Ridiculous.
And Dub, you're right. Yesterday, opening night, that's an American holiday. From here on out, they need to just declare it.
Take that shit off. Yeah, I feel that.
No doubt.
I can feel that for sure.
Nah, for
Especially
sure,
when
bro.
Jaylen Brown's playing.
Get the fuck out of here. Number one, Jaylen Brown love. This needs to chill out for a second. Number 2,
Why? Why the love gotta chill?
nah, Jaylen Brown's good and everything, but I know
He's
the
he's
realm.
Top 20,
Nah,
he's a top
J-Rob.
20 player right now.
Huh? Okay.
That's not crazy to say.
Easy
Is
top
it-
20.
Easy
Top
top
20.
20.
Easy top
That's
20.
not
Mars,
crazy.
we
to
could go
say.
down.
Mars, give me 20 guys. Mars, give me 20 guys.
That's not crazy to
Okay,
say.
okay.
Mars,
Let me.
give me
Yo,
Let me.
Mars, we can do
Okay.
Let
Don't
him-
even mention the
okay.
top
Stop
10.
talking.
Don't
Let
even
him
mention the 10.
answer.
Let
Don't
him
mention the top
answer.
10.
Hold on. Let Mars put his list together and we'll keep going.
I
Can
can
we-
name top 20 easy.
Was I tripping? I really tripped out saying
No,
Jaylen top
no,
20?
you're not tripping. No,
Yes,
you're not
you did.
tripping.
Yes, you
It's-
did.
That
I
can't
don't-
be a hot take.
I
That
don't-
can't be a hot take.
I don't
That
think
can't
that
be a
you're
hot take.
tripping, but
I think it's just wrong. I
I
think
don't know.
he's not top 20. Not
Can
to
we
me,
all
anyway.
agree that Joel is a bum?
Oh,
I'm not gonna say he was a
God.
bum. I think he had a bad
Oh,
game. I'm not gonna say
I'll be
he's a bum.
tired of this shit, man. It's
think he
been
had a bad
5
game.
years. Tired
5
of
years
it.
of what? He's been great.
The same old shit, man. He's a bum.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
bum is crazy.
Yeah,
Why?
that's-
Bro, he was playing like Noah Vonleh. It's like he want to stand out there shooting threes. I'm tired of this shit. He like Karl Anthony Towns. He just not as soft as Karl Anthony Towns, but
I feel
It's
like we were
close,
watching
sorry.
a different game.
Yeah, I don't think he was settling for jump shots. He
it was
was
a lot.
attacking the
I mean,
basket.
when he's so used to like relying on getting to the free throw line that he, instead of taking that easy little bank shot like Tim Duncan would do, he want to force things. I don't know. It's just not a good brand of basketball.
I'm not gonna hold you. Like watching that game, like Joel Embiid didn't have a bad game, especially on the scoring end. I think he just like made a lot of turnovers. On top of that, sometimes like he was trying to foul bait and fucked up his team.
That
But I
foul
don't.
baiting.
Yeah, I don't think Joel Embiid had a bad game. I don't think he deserves to be called a bum.
To-
I mean,
to
he had
be
26
what
and
y'all-
15 and 5.
To
Yeah,
be
I don't say- I
what
don't-
y'all say he is, he's just not that. Like Joel's just not. He's just not that.
Do you think Jokic is what they say he is?
Jokic is way better than Joel. Easy.
I agree with that.
Better.
I
Way
agree with
better.
that. Yes.
So what
he's
does
not, bro.
all right? What does Jokic do better than Embiid outside
It's
of
like
passing?
it's like when I was talking about Luka last time. It's a lot of plays that he make that could be more productive. It's like, okay, yeah, you shot that, you might have made it or missed it. That's not totally relevant, but there was a better play that could have been made. I think Jokic just plays a better brand of basketball. Whereas, get Maxey more involved, like get Tobias a little more involved. Cats like that. I don't know. Bum might have been a little harsh.
Yeah, I think that's why I asked the question.
Definitely.
Like,
just because I know. I'm only saying that because I know
like.
how much y'all trip off Joel, and I just wanted to kind of open y'all ears up. Like, y'all gotta watch the game. I mean, I'm not saying you're not watching the game, but really watch it though. It's better plays to be made than trying to force fouls that you're just, they're not giving the same fouls they were giving him and James a couple years ago.
100% agree about Maxey though. I think he's the key for that team.
What are you guys talking about? Like
the ball don't need to be
X factor.
What did you see?
What did I say?
No,
I am very curious to hear this.
Wait, y'all saying, they need to get the ball more. Tobias Harris was getting the ball. He was getting his shots.
I didn't see
Tyrese
that.
Maxey was getting the ball. That's what I heard somebody say. Get Tyrese Maxey the ball more.
Tyrese Maxey was only really getting the ball when James Harden was out.
It's a bad brand of basketball to everybody.
If James Harden is out there, you gotta put the ball in James Harden's hands, especially with the way that he's playing right now. Like, come on now.
Yeah,
and I told y'all.
One game.
Dub,
it's not even one game. Mark, hold up, Mark. You know damn well I was on this train. I said.
Also, was I? I said James Harden was a top 10 player. Don't worry, I'm on the James Harden train.
we on the same chain. You feel me? I said give James Harden a full off season. Let his hammies heal. And then let's see what he does. In the first game back, he drops fucking 35 points, 7 assists, bro. Yeah. This is the Brooklyn Nets James Harden that I seen when he was on Brooklyn Nets, taking the league by storm, bro.
No, but they're gonna win like that though. Is that a winning brand of basketball?
Listen,
everybody just standing on this side watching either Joel with the ball or watching James Harden with the ball.
I don't know.
Brand of basketball?
See, Bobby, that's why I asked if you like what game were you watching, because it wasn't like a one-man show last night. I didn't see that.
No, I didn't see that either.
And maybe I was watching a different game.
I think the offense became a bit stagnant in the second half, in particular. That's when it kind of
you could tell they kind of relied
Joel and James Harden just go to work. But in the first half, it looked okay.
Yeah, right. No, I do understand it's only the first game, and it could, it could change up. But I don't really see Doc Rivers as a coach that makes a lot of adjustments. Honestly, I've never seen that from Doc. Like, especially when he was with the Clippers, he just doesn't make adjustments very much. I mean, I could be wrong, but from what I see, I don't really see it. It's just kind of like, are we just going to keep pounding this? Like, move, let's have some motion in your offense. Move around a little bit.
So since we're here, I want to ask: are you guys buying or selling this version of James Harden? I'm talking about, like, it looks like James Harden might be back to, James Harden that we all grew to know and love. Do you think that this is an anomaly just to start the season and he's going to fall back into his ways of whatever last season or two? Or do you think that he's back? Go ahead, J-Rob.
I don't want to say he was ever I guess he's back, but my biggest issue with James, I feel like everything he did last night, like, honestly, JD, we all know he was capable of offensively. Like, everything we saw on the floor, that's what we know. Like, even that one play where he was guarded perfectly by Smart, he just threw that shit up and he winked at the crowd. Like, that's what he does. Like, I'm not surprised about none of that. But what I think the other part of his game, bro, that has to get better from what I saw last night is, bro, he got to give a little bit more on that other side of the basketball.
Way more.
Court.
That's not going to happen.
When I say he got to give, he's only like, I'm not even saying you got to give me 110%. But goddamn it, I can't take 70, bro.
Right.
Like, that 70%, like, how many blow-bys, how many times guys just blowing by you? Like, let's not act like James Harden is a little guy, bro. He's 6'5", 240. Like,
he can play defense when he applies himself.
Yeah, exactly. he was terrible defensively. Like,
70% is love, bro. I'm thinking he's giving like 30, 40%. That shit looks
probably
bad.
That shit looks bad, bro. That shit looks bad. That's the problem. That's
I want to touch on J-Rob, because what you said, I agree with you in that we expect this out of James Harden. Everyone knows that he's capable of being that player. But what I think that I saw that I haven't seen in the last 2 years for a number of factors, right? One of them being injury who knows what else, maybe like mental stuff, just not feeling like comfortable in the situation or something. But last night, what I noticed just off the get was he just looked more comfortable, more calm, cool, and collected. And the way that he was playing, handling the ball, shooting the ball, no hesitation. It just looked like he was back in that kind of comfortable, confident James Harden. So that's kind of why I asked. But yeah, go ahead, Bobby. Are you buying this stock?
I mean, so your question was the James Harden that we all grew to know and love. I grew and loved the Oklahoma City James Harden. That was when I was on the campaign for James. I'm buying that. I'm buying that he's back to the James from those Rockets years. But I mean, it's not. I'll buy it because it's cheap. I don't really want the shit. It's like I'm not really a fan of it. I just don't think it's a winning brand of basketball, and I like to watch good basketball. I don't think James Harden really represents that.
Wow, Ron, you and Bobby on the same wavelength, huh? Dub.
I was always gonna buy on James Harden and Joel Embiid and them being amazing in the regular season. I don't know how it's gonna translate in the postseason though. You feel me? I think James Harden is a guy who's known to be inconsistent, and his game style is not really that transcendent to playoff basketball. So that's the only thing I'm worried about, honestly. But I think they're going to be amazing to watch, amazing in the regular season. We're definitely going to see Brooklyn James Harden when he first got there. But I'm just not sure if that could, if he could keep that consistency in order to win the title. And I just want to say one thing about this game. I think it was an overall good showing for the Boston Celtics and Philadelphia Sixers. I think where the Philadelphia Sixers lost this game was mainly in transition. Whenever they would make a mistake, the Boston Celtics would capitalize on that. A bad shot that got put up, a turnover that they had, and the Boston Celtics would run with it. And I think that's the main reason why they lost. I think both of them, they played pretty good defense on both sides. It's just the offenses are just better. James Harden putting up shots with people in his face. Jason Tatum putting up shots with people in his face. It's like there's only so much you can do about that, bro. So yeah, I think that's the Philadelphia and Boston Celtics series in the playoffs is actually going to be amazing to watch.
Mars.
I mean, I've been trying to say I think James Harden of 2021 for me easily a top 10 player. I think that's what we're going to see. He looked like he had that explosive quickness he had before the hamstring injury, so that's a good thing. But I think J-Rob said it. The defense from James Harden was atrocious. But what's bothering me is it's less about, yes, I'm buying James Harden. What's bothering me is Embiid spoke a lot about how defense was going to be what he was focusing on this season. I don't know if he's not fully in game shape because he was jogging up and down the court a lot. So maybe that's a reason. But him defensively as well, he was really bad in my opinion last night. He was staying in that drop coverage. He was getting blitzed all game in that drop coverage. When he did step out, he's still not very fast on the perimeter. So I don't know if maybe he has to play his way into shape or whatever the case may be, but he didn't look very good defensively. And like Dub said, the transition defense and offense from Philly both ways they were just very slow, labored up and down the court. So I don't know if their conditioning is a problem or they're just trying to play slow, but I don't think that's going to be great for them.
All right, Ron, get your nasty James Harden agenda off.
Can I say one thing?
That's why I saved you for last. Go ahead, Dub.
Before Ron goes, watching James Harden and Embiid play, I don't know. It reminds me of like watching like overweight. I mean, not out of shape like people. Like it's not like they're not trying, but it's like you could tell like they out of shape for no reason, bro. They play like a fat man, bro. Both of them.
It's the LA Fitness run.
Hey, Mars, has Joel ever been in shape since he was at Kansas? Have you ever seen Joel in shape?
What is in shape for Joel Embiid though?
It's not. I mean, it's not. I'm not expecting him to just be all muscles sprinting up and down the court. He just looks sluggish. Like he looked this way to start last season as well. If you guys remember, he had a bad start to last season.
But
people tend to rush under the rug. But then he got into better shape. So I think maybe that's what this is again. Because yesterday he just looked slow. He looked like he wasn't really like he was trying to get fouls, but he didn't look like he was searching out contact how he usually does. And on the perimeter, just on defense on the perimeter, there was no real movement for him. He just looked like he was struggling to move his body around the court. So that's a problem in my opinion.
Playing like a fat man.
All right, Ron.
I'm not even really gonna get on James' head like that. I'm not gonna get on Joel. I'm just gonna say, like, obviously, this is a good team. From Tyrese to James to Tobias to Joel. They're very top heavy, and they got some other pieces on top of that. Offense isn't gonna be the issue. They're gonna figure that out. Joel is going to dominate like he's been doing. James, I'm happy to see this. James, I'm not going. Hey, fresh off a 35-point game opening night, I don't got nothing bad to say about James. Except we're not going to get nothing on defense ever. Like but
at some point that has to be addressed, bro.
I'm gonna get to that, but this is what I'm gonna say with James. And you guys said this earlier. You were like, "Oh, he's playing 30%. He's playing 70%." The percentage is neither here nor there with me. Maybe he just can't play defense. Maybe he's just like how Ben Simmons can't shoot. Maybe Joel just can't move his fucking
Come on, Ron. We all played. We all played organized basketball before. All right, basketball effort. We know at least half of defense. At least 60% of that bitch is effort, bro.
So maybe he just doesn't got no effort then. I don't know what it is, but I've been watching James Harden forever. I've been watching him forever, and he just doesn't play defense. So I'm not going to say he can play defense.
He's a sorry excuse for a superstar.
I've seen him play defense. I've seen him lock in, bro.
Sorry excuse.
Bobby hates the Sixers.
I've seen him run. I've seen him play defense.
Bobby, you got to get that hate out your heart, bro. I know the Kings suck, but
the Kings be getting some love in the chat. Everybody believe the Kings can make the playoffs this year.
I don't know about everybody.
Not everybody, but look, it's not that I hate the Sixers. I just don't like that lazy basketball.
It's fair.
My mom taught me better than that. If you want the court, you know what I'm saying, go hard.
All right, enough about Embiid and Harden. Let's talk about the highlights of that game, and I think that's Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Ron, Jason Tatum and JB combining for 75.
All I'm saying is, I told y'all. I told you guys it's a lot closer than you think it is. It really is. And check this out. You know what's the funny thing about it? Mars. So what am I not?
It wasn't even close last night. JT was clearly the best player on the team.
Yeah,
okay, but
it was clearly Jason Tatum was the best player on the team.
He can be that. I said
Mars
it's
closer
closer than what you guys are saying. And all I know is they both scored 35 and they both helped their team to win.
Showed me it was close.
Ron,
they both helped their team to win for sure.
Dub texted me in the middle of the game. Said, "Oh, Jaylen Brown's looking like shit. Jason Tatum's carrying the game." Hey, at the end of the game, all I know is they both ended up with 35 and they both was balling the fuck out. That's all I know.
They both played well, but one played great and one played well.
Played well. I think there's an obvious like one guy is better than the other guy. Like I don't think it's as close or like do people who try to make this debate, you know?
But why though? Because his moves look better.
Why?
I'm saying I don't.
Yo, actually, no.
Why you guys
First of all, don't do that moves because I'm very much with Bobby. A lot of y'all is vanity over get shit done. A lot of y'all. So I'm the most anti-vanity over get shit done in here. But Jason Tatum last night, bro, his bag is deeper, bro. It is. It's clear.
I'm not denying that. I'm not denying that.
Jason showed out last night.
I just think Jason Tatum does everything on a basketball court better than Jaylen Brown.
I think so too. They have him guarding the better defenders. They have him taking on responsibilities.
Jaylen was guarding James Harden. Jaylen was guarding James Harden.
That's kind of one of them. I think they would both have similar roles if we're just gonna be real.
Jaylen and Grant was guarding James Harden.
Grant Williams played great.
I think Grant
Williams is someone I wasn't thinking of, but Grant Williams really could be like.
And Jaylen Brown is still a terrible playmaker and is still a terrible passer.
Wait, okay.
He's still not a good ball handler. Like he just looks the same. And for me, Jason Tatum is one game, so I'm not going to say he looks like he's improved, but that face-up game and that isolation mid-range game, if that's sustainable, what he was doing last night, he's taken another.
Oh, I can promise you that the work that he put in this summer, it's going to translate to this season.
So if he's taken another leap, and for me, Jaylen Brown looks the same. He's still a suspect ball handler in traffic. He's still great getting to the rim one-on-one. He can still hit the mid-range pull-up. That's cool. One-on-one, Jaylen Brown is great. But once you put more than one body on him, once you start reaching for the ball in traffic, once you start making him a facilitator or a playmaker, that's where you see that he's nowhere close to Jason Tatum.
Yes.
Jason Tatum handles all of those things much better. And you can say Jaylen Brown's a better defender. I don't know how. I think maybe they're close on ball, but off the ball, Jason Tatum once again clears. In my opinion, Jason Tatum, in that third quarter, he's the one who sparked the run for the Boston Celtics to like open up the game. They made it like a 10-point lead. He ended up, I think he got a steal on an entry pass on Embiid, and then he got another steal in the next possession and made a free. And that's what really opened up the game. So I think him defensively, he's much better than Jaylen Brown, and offensively as a passer, playmaker, and a scorer, he's just a better player.
You know who really changes the game though. And actually, the first time I got on the show, I got laughed at. For bringing him up. Malcolm Brogdon changes everything. And I remember distinctly. I know I'm not gonna name no names, but y'all was laughing at me for showing love to Malcolm Brogdon. That wasn't cool. Y'all got to watch the game.
Call them out.
And what I do like about the Celtics, though, I like how they made an adjustment without having Robert Williams. And this is going to be a good go-to lineup late in the year when they have JT at the 4, and then they have, Marcus and Brogdon in there. I know Derek White started, but I like Brogdon a little better than him. But either way it goes, with that lineup with JT at the 4, that's deadly. Can't nobody really do too much about that. When Al Horford got 2 quick fouls and then Vonleh comes in and gets 2 quick fouls immediately after, I was like, oh, they're done. It's like Embiid's just going to eat them. Yeah. I don't know how they kept it close and then ended up winning that game. Yeah. It made no sense.
I agree with that point too, though. That's when
crazy.
No, but he's right though. At that point, Embiid, you got to take that shit over.
Bro, Embiid, you have to drop 50.
Yeah, at that point,
he's a bum.
Stops Bobby.
You got Sports Dog. In the chat just naming some irrelevant ass shit. He says Tatum led the league in postseason in turnovers. I think that's so stupid. The reason why he's leading the league in turnovers is because the team is trusting him to handle the ball more.
It's not.
Listen, it's not.
What?
You have the ball more. You turn it over.
I wasn't even trying to get on that with y'all today.
Bro, if
you have the ball more, you turn it over more.
I know, obviously.
But if you have Trae Young has led the NBA in usage. He also is one of the top.
No one said anything about assists. The guy randomly brought up turnovers.
You guys brought up playmaking, and that's why he brought up turnovers. Cause and effect. He wouldn't have brought up turnovers if he didn't bring up playmaking. But I never said Jason Tatum doesn't get turnovers. He's still a better playmaker than Jaylen Brown. That's all I said. No, he is. No, we don't get. That's not the point we're arguing, Mars.
That's what he was arguing. The guy in the comments.
But he's trying to excuse
turnovers. Why you going? Nobody.
No one's excusing something. We're explaining why he gets more turnovers.
He said the reason why he has more turnovers is because he's handling the ball over.
Bro, the stat is literally called usage, bro.
You have the ball more, you turn the ball over more. You know whose record he broke for postseason turnovers? LeBron James.
So wait,
it doesn't mean anything.
Time out though.
Exactly.
Time out though. So are we? So because now you got to put things into context too. So if he turns the ball over a lot, what type of playmaker does that make him?
Ron, you're right. We need to put things into context because this fits your narrative. So of course you're gonna drill this home.
I've given my opinion on turnovers.
Bozo.
When it comes to playmaking, I've given my opinion on turnovers. So
I get it, but don't just sweep it under the rug though and act like it's nothing. He only averaged more turnovers because he was handling the ball. Okay, well if you're gonna turn the ball over handling the ball more, then give the ball to Marcus Smart or Malcolm Brogdon.
Malcolm Brogdon wasn't there last year.
I know. I'm saying now. I know last year.
That's fine.
Let's take into the account that one of the biggest reasons is like that should also tell you something about Marcus Smart. That most of the playmaking was through Jason Tatum, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Marcus isn't a traditional point guard, though.
No, that's a fact, though. But that's why they got Malcolm Brogdon.
Exactly.
Like, literally. And here's my question: how long until Malcolm Brogdon is the opening lineup?
He shouldn't be.
Yesterday.
He should never be. Look, I think that six man role is perfect because my thing about basketball is your best 5 on a lot of teams don't always be the starters.
I agree.
You want Malcolm Brogdon, especially when Robert Williams comes back. Malcolm Brogdon in that, and damn, if Danilo wouldn't have got hurt, bro, that second unit was gonna be crazy. That's basically a starting lineup.
I agree with you. But
I agree with that, but I think I'd start Brogdon, bro.
Yeah, I think he fits better next to those two. He's a better shooter, first off, and they need an off-ball shooter playing next to Jaylen Brown and JT. Exactly. On top of that, Malcolm is slept on defense. He's really he's Malcolm is. I don't think Malcolm does anything bad. Malcolm plays the game good at just about everything. He's one of those type of players, and I think he'll just help him a lot more.
I think it all.
It's also my bad. Go ahead, Doug. My bad.
I think it all depends on situation, bro. I mean, I think Marcus Smart or Malcolm Brogdon, where Marcus Smart starts a game, Malcolm Brogdon starts a game, it could be interchangeable. I don't think it has to be Malcolm Brogdon on a night in, night out basis. Having a guy who could take on the responsibilities in your second unit is something that's truly beneficial to your
That's true.
team,
Yeah.
especially when you have
Yeah.
Smart who could do an okay job. Jason Tatum, I
Yeah.
think he could do a good job as well. So having a guy coming off the bench it's very impactful to your team. So I don't see why they have to start him. Maybe
Right.
when the going gets tough, you need a guy to be more composed in the third quarter and maybe a little bit in the fourth quarter. Then you put Malcolm Brogdon in. But I don't think they have to start him at all, bro. I mean, seriously.
Having
Also-
Smart
also
with
it's,
that
He'll
unit, though,
close games for them.
having
Close
Smart
games.
with that unit though too makes a lot of sense because I mean you have the firepower in Jason Tatum and Jalen Green, and then you have the defensive prowess of Marcus Smart. So like that's the other reason why I like him in that unit. And then Brogdon coming in the second unit. Okay, you can have Jason Tatum and or Jaylen Brown sitting, and Malcolm Brogdon can go score. You got Grant Williams who is super efficient, who has proved that he could score. So
I'm still not buying
And then-
Grant Williams, but I'm happy to see him ball.
I'm not buying Grant Williams
I
either,
can't.
bro.
I just can't. I'm sorry, I
Gotcha.
can't.
But
Son,
don't forget the locker room issue. Don't forget the locker room issues because you got to like Malcolm Brogdon is that ultimate professional. So him
Yeah.
being a starter all his career and then coming over to be a sixth man, I think it translates easier than telling Marcus Smart you're coming off the bench. You know, because you don't want to
Yeah.
lose Marcus Smart's head and his
Right.
leadership, and you don't want him tripping out in the locker room. So
And they
Yeah,
fresh
Yeah, I
out
agree.
and shit,
I agree
too.
with that too.
You
I agree
know,
with
if
that
it's
too. You
not
don't
broke,
wanna
don't
deal with
fix
that.
it.
Yeah, you don't want to
Yeah.
have to. You don't
And
want to have to
one
kill
thing-
that man ego for real.
One
All right,
thing I
let's-
think, my bad. One thing I think everybody's forgetting is I really think the Boston Celtics are. I know this is one game, but I think this is a good sign of them maturing as basketball players. Like I think Jason Tatum and the reads and the decision in which he made, all of them was excellent last night. Jaylen Brown picking his spots, knowing his number 2 role and having 35 points per game. Marcus Smart, Malcolm Brogdon. I think all
How
these
many-
guys
how
are
much-
really maturing
much
as
done?
basketball players right now.
I just have before I know you want to move on, JD, but to just go off what Dub said, I agree with you, bro. But I also have to say, like for Jaylen Brown and Tatum, it's like year 6. I think now it's like,
Yeah, exactly.
how does your game mature in the playoffs, bro? That
No,
regular
but
season
year
stuff,
6
we've seen it. We've seen it, bro. Like,
It
we've
was year
seen
6.
who he is, bro.
But that's a
We know he
nasty
is in the regular
context.
season.
That's a
It's
nasty
not-
context
I'm not
because it's year
contexting
6.
anything, bro.
It's
I'm not
year
contexting
6.
anything.
It's year 6 when they've only
Like,
had
bro,
2 years of
stop
them.
saying context.
It
to
is. It
everything,
is.
bro.
It
It's
is
not
a
a
con.
context.
I said it's a nasty context.
not
Let me
a-
tell
it's
you
not a
why.
context,
Can I
bro.
tell you why it is? You just keep saying no.
Because bro, you
You
keep
just
because
keep-
every time.
Can I
anytime
tell you
somebody-
why?
bro? Everything that comes out of everybody's mouth, bro, and we're gonna literally have to spend
Just
the
say
rest
mine.
of this time.
Just say
context,
mine.
bro. Your
Just
mouth.
say mine.
The first words that come out of your mouth can't be context. every
100%.
time, bro.
Make
There's
context
nothing
matter
I'm saying
again.
has to, everything
I
I'm talking
agree.
about has nothing.
Make
Make
context matter.
Make
again.
context
Mars, what
matter.
about,
Oh
Mars,
my
what about
gosh,
the sentence
go
I've
on,
stated?
Mars.
Hold
Hold
on,
up.
Mars. Hold on, Mars. What about the sentence I've stated?
Make
has to do with
that
context,
3.
bro?
Oh, I
Really?
won't
Context
listen. I
great.
won't listen. I'm just.
Mars,
I'm
just
just
tell me where context applies to what I just said. I literally said.
Can I
everything that
explain
Dub
it?
Said,
Can
I'm
I
talking to
explain
Mars.
it?
I'm talking to your partner.
You keep
I'm talking to your
talking,
partner.
and I can't
I'm talking
even
to your
explain
partner.
it.
I'm talking to your partner.
Can I
Anyway,
explain it, please?
I said that obviously I said Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown's their game has obviously matured, bro.
All
I
right,
said
now
the only
add
thing we need to
context
know-
to it.
Now
He said
all we need
year
to know.
6. He
Hold
said
on,
they've
hold
been
on,
together
Mars.
for 6 years.
I said Jason Tatum is in his 6th year. So we kind of know who he is now. So everybody wants to see his game mature in the playoffs because obviously inexperience was probably the biggest monster for them in that finals. I think we would all agree with that. Tell me where you need context, bro.
Wait, yeah, Dub, what context do you need?
So what J Rob said, because now he's switching the whole argument. What I heard
Ron,
from this
did
guy,
anything I
No,
just
hold on,
say?
wait.
Hey, Dub,
Can
you
I-
heard him wrong.
can I-
No, let
Dub,
Dub
Dub,
explain.
Dub,
Let
Dub,
Dub
Dub,
let
Dub,
Dub
Because you're gonna-
say what he
because I
heard.
didn't change
Let
anything.
He
Dub
got
say what he
confused with
heard.
the year
Cause-
6.
no,
He-
no,
you
no.
thought they said they've been together for 6 years.
And please,
I didn't say
chat.
that.
We could
I
sit
didn't say
here. We
that.
could sit here and rewind this. Thank God there's tape. I heard out your mouth. Oh, they've been together. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum been together for 6 years now. That's
I
what
didn't
you
say
said.
that,
6
bro.
years.
I
They
That's
haven't
you
been
did.
together for 6 years
Okay.
because
I said
Jaylen was
What
there
else?
for
What
6
else?
years.
What else?
I said it's
What
Jason
needs
Tatum's
context?
6 years.
Listen,
bro, but
I
okay.
heard
I mean,
Jaylen Brown and
if you're
Jason
gonna-
Tatum.
Okay,
I heard
so
Jaylen
like,
Brown
you
and Jason
heard,
Tatum
you
6
heard.
years.
That's not what I
That's
said.
what I heard.
They
I know
have
you
been
put
together
that
for
for a
6 years,
fact.
though, Dub.
And what I
If
was
it's his
going to
6 years, they
say
played
to
together
put
the whole time.
context into that 6 years is that both these guys Wait, both of these guys, I was ignoring Ron, whatever he
This is
said. So
dumb,
whatever
bro.
he
This
said.
shit-
I said to put context into that 6 years of Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum being together, they were playing different roles. They weren't playing the roles in which they were doing right now. They had Kemba Walker in, they had Kyrie Irving in. These last 2 years are the two first definitive years of them being the true number one and true number two. So yes,
Whoa.
it is. They had
Dub.
Kyrie Irving, Kemba Walker. Come on, son.
When did
Kemba
they have
Walker was the
Kyrie Irving
one.
and Kemba
When was
Walker?
Kemba Walker there?
20
One.
Wait,
when
was
was Kemba
the
Walker?
bubble in the bubble? Kemba Walker was probably the number 2.
Are
to
you
Jason
fucking?
Tatum.
You just gonna fucking lie, J. Rob? You gonna fucking lie?
Kemba Walker was the
fucking lie?
Celtics number one, bro.
No,
He was-
he was in between Jason Tatum and Jaylen
I said
Brown.
definitively.
You just said,
Definitively.
bro,
I said
so in the
Kemba
bubble,
Walker
in
and Jason.
2020,
wasn't-
in 2020, it was Jason Tatum, then Kemba, then Jaylen Brown, and then you think about 2021, Jaylen Brown was hurt in the playoffs. So
Bro,
then
I've
you
been
got
talking about
2022. That was their
Jason
first
Tatum, though.
playoff run as
There's your
1 and 2.
context.
So
Jason
technically,
Tatum
they've had
been-
one playoff run.
Like, bro, like you arguing all this shit, but guess what? I
I'm not
get proven
arguing.
right
I didn't-
again. I
You
get
didn't
proven right again.
bro. You
Context matters.
All you
Make
do
it a
is add
thing.
context.
Context
bro.
matters. Make context
Bro, you
matter
literally
again.
said that. You literally said that Jason
Hashtag
Tatum wasn't
headshot. Put your head on a
It
spike.
wasn't a headshot, bro. You literally just said that. You just said Jason Tatum wasn't a definitive number one in the bubble in 2020. How does that even make sense, bro? But you're talking about you hit a headshot, bro.
I said-
and then you
I
come up
said
here and
in
you just throw the
2020
word context,
In
bro.
2020, he
All
was
I-
definitive number
the
one.
thing is, the
2020
only
was
point-
definitive
the only
number
point-
one.
the
Come
only
on now.
point I
Yes,
made-
he definitely was, though.
Come on
Definitely
now.
was.
Come
He
on.
definitely
now.
was.
We don't have
In
to lie.
2020, in
We don't have to
2020,
lie.
Jason Tatum was the definitive number one of that team. All
Come
I
on,
was
bro, we
trying
don't
to
have to
say,
lie.
bro, only thing I tried to say, bro, and you just dragged it to no avail, was I was just saying that in the playoffs is where I really care most about this Celtics team because I kind of know what they're going to be in the regular season. They are a good basketball team.
And
Yeah,
what year was
that's
that
all
when
I'm
it went
saying, bro.
to Game 7
That's
against
all I tried
Cleveland?
to say, bro.
2018.
That was 2018, Mars.
Mm-hmm.
But see, J Rob, that's why I feel you though. In
Bro,
Dub, I
drag
feel you.
shit.
I feel the point you're making too. But they've been together long enough to have that camaraderie and to be, ready to go. But I'm like, in year six, it's time for them really to show who they are. And they did a little bit last year. But Dub, I agree with you. They're gonna take a step forward because they've been together for so long. They got the pieces around them, and they really looking around the league like, yo, we really them. We them boys. And so
All right,
I don't think the Celtics are scared of nobody.
Let's talk about this weak-ass game, but before we talk about it, let's get into these super chats. MC Robinson said, can someone explain why the Lakers had Pat Bev shooting threes all game? He's not a three-point shooter. Let's get to that when we talk about the Lakers-Warriors game. Drink More Water sent a super chat, said, Embiid plays too far away from the basket to where he catches the ball to his jump shooting. He needs to play a lot closer to the basket at 7'1", 280 plus. Indoor Voices,
That is
Judge
fact.
Judge Harden by the playoffs. Regular season doesn't matter. You're right. Let's stop running Players' Choice episodes until the playoffs. We'll do that. Eric Dupree sent super chat. Numb to Harden in the regular season. Hashtag Tony Romo.
No. Hashtag Aaron Rodgers.
Damn.
Aaron Rodgers, yeah, facts. Aaron
Shout out
Rodgers.
to two.
Regular season merchant.
Shout out to Two Wit for joining the Players' Choice YouTube membership. Indoor Voice has sent another super chat. Don't let regular season Harden trick y'all. Eric Dupree, Embiid out of shape, but complains about MVP SMH. I'm going to put hashtag James Harden MVP. Let's talk basketball. Joel needs to stop trying to play like a guard and play to his strengths in the paint. SMH. That means shaking my head, chat, for those that do not know. Let's talk about the Lakers.
What does
Warriors.
BUM mean, JD?
Okay. What, for who? James?
Joel.
Damn, you're calling him a big ugly motherfucker? That's crazy.
Whoa. Whoa.
You just said BUM.
Yeah, he's a bum.
Damn, you called him a big ugly motherfucker?
Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah,
wild.
That's
rough.
disgusting. Wow.
That's called.
You asked what it meant. All right, Lakers Warriors. LeBron James 31, 8 and 14, AD 27, no assists and 6 boards. Russell Westbrook 19, 3 and 11. Steph Curry looked great last night, I thought. 33, 7 and
Hell
6.
yeah.
Andrew Wiggins 24 and 6, just starting the season where he left off last year. Klay Thompson 18, 3 and 2. What'd you guys think about this game last night? Actually, Mars, this is your Warriors. Go ahead, kick us off.
I think it's cool how LeBron can have 31, 14, and 8 and look like the third best player on the court, in my opinion. I think that's cool.
Who's second? We know who's
Anthony
first.
Davis.
We don't got to talk about it.
Anthony Davis was better than LeBron James, in my opinion.
And so was Andrew Wiggins.
Andrew Wiggins had a good game. But I'll say LeBron was third. But Steph looked great. The three wasn't falling like Steph Curry, but he had other ways to be effective. I think there was two plays in the first quarter where he back cut Austin Reeves the same exact way 2 different times.
Yeah.
I was like, that's when I kind of realized that the Lakers defense, outside of Anthony Davis, who looked great defensively, it reminds me of the Utah Jazz with Rudy Gobert, pretty much. It's a bunch of non-defenders, and Anthony Davis has to try to save everyone. That's what it reminded me of. I was wrong, obviously. I said the Warriors were going to lose because I thought that we'd maybe react, be a bit relaxed due to the ring night and the conditioning that Steve Kerr was talking about. But it turns out conditioning didn't matter because no one was really playing. Draymond Green played like 25 minutes, Clay played 20. But yet somehow we were still able to blow the Lakers out. So the Lakers had problems. I think Russell Westbrook didn't look bad. Russell Westbrook looked good.
Free Russ, man. Free Russ.
Yeah, Russell Westbrook didn't look like a problem. So I don't know if people are going to blame Russell Westbrook somehow. Obviously, he's not a great fit.
Don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
No one's going to say Russ is a great fit, but he didn't look bad. The problem for the Lakers yesterday was shooting. No one on that team can shoot at all.
And nobody wants to play defense.
And no one on that team can play any defense. So they're going to be a terrible defensive team, a terrible shooting team.
Oh, my God.
And all they have is not even a bunch of athletes, people who want to be athletes, who can't shoot, and they only have LeBron James trying to drive and kick to people who are going to miss every shot. So the Lakers are just poorly constructed, and they're going to struggle again.
Can we also talk about this? What Draymond wore to opening up?
It was clean.
That's $140 million suit, y'all.
They were calling him the Riddler. That's crazy.
So I have something
On
that I
his villain
think
shit.
I have something I think we should all listen to real quick. Here you go.
I'll just say before I know you want to move on, JD, but to just go off with Dubs, I agree with you, bro. But I also have to say, like for Jaylen Brown and Tatum, it's like year 6. I think now it's like exactly. How does
Okay, bro.
This
is when you gotta move on, bro. That shit is.
Now
I'm gonna say, bro,
now
this
you
shit
tight.
is
Put your head
bullshitty,
on a
bro.
spike.
I'm not.
Put your head on a spike.
You didn't put me on a
tight.
spike, though.
You tight. Because you said exactly what I told you.
Free Russ, man. Free Russ.
Hold on, Dub. What did you prove wrong? Except for you were able to record. What about my point did you debunk? What did you
said
debunk?
Tatum and Brown.
You have
year
minions
6.
who clip that shit up, or what?
Who, me?
Yeah, how'd you get that so fast?
Oh, I just rewinded it.
Oh.
Just
But like, bro,
rewinded it.
but
Just
my
to clarify
point was
something.
what? Okay, you clarified
we're
one
done.
thing, cool.
We're
But
done.
at the end
We're
of the day, it didn't prove or deny
That's
what
what
my
you.
point
That's
was,
what you
bro.
said,
You
and that's the
didn't-
point in which
you
I
didn't deny
argued.
my point.
That's
bro.
the
You didn't
point.
argue my point.
That's the
though.
point you
didn't,
said,
bro. You
and
just
that's the
said-
point in which
you
I
just throw
argued.
your favorite word context into something because
That's
the
the-
only thing you know how to do
That's
is
the
debate
point.
sports.
That's what
JD,
you
go ahead,
said,
bro.
and that's
JD,
the
move
point
on,
I
bro.
argued.
JD, it's your world, bro. Go ahead.
You mad, bro? Head
I'm
on the
not mad,
spike.
bro. You had
Head
one
on
on
the
the spike.
spike.
You didn't debunk
Head
me,
on
bro.
the spike.
Hey,
Okay,
is this what
okay,
y'all
whatever,
do in
bro.
Jersey all the time? Just argue about
I'm
pull up
not
reruns
arguing.
and
This man
stuff?
just-
Hey,
I don't
hey,
wanna
man,
argue,
hey,
but this
Dub,
man just-
I don't know
Bro,
if I'm gonna
he's
come back to
one of-
Jersey and kick it
bro,
with y'all
this-
anymore,
bro,
man.
I ain't gonna lie, Ron.
no.
Ron, don't kick it with him, bro. He's not as fun as me,
Bro, he's
I
Game
actually-
of
I'm
Thrones
actually
in your
cool.
ass.
I'm actually cool. I actually got the homies. You feel me? I want to say something else, but I can't say it up here. But you know, it's a good time.
I'm picking
It's a
up
good
what you
time
put
where I'm
down.
at. It's a good time. where I'm
Literally.
at.
I got
Yeah.
you. I got
It's
you.
a good time where I'm at. You do not want to hang out with whatever this, but Morris County, whatever we're in Dublin.
I hear voices in my head. They talk to me. They understand. They talk to me. I'm the legend killer out here. I'm gonna put your head on the spike.
At least you know I'm a legend, though. At least you know.
Oh,
And I
my
killed him.
God. Bob, talk to us about Lakers Warriors.
Man, that was a terrible display of basketball from the Lakers.
Bro, terrible.
They just see the free Russ. They should have bended that. They should have went and got Buddy Hield and Miles Turner. I don't know why they wouldn't do that. Like that was the obvious move to make. They could have got Bojan. They could have got Bojan. I mean, the Pistons got Bojan for a bag of chips, so they really could have went and got him. I don't think they want to win. Obviously, they don't want to win. Look at what they're doing. Like, and on top of that, the other thing I wanted to say, because I said it last time, I want to reiterate that Andrew Wiggins is finna get Draymond Green the hell up out of there.
That punch got him the hell up out of there.
And they don't even need Draymond. Like this shit his run is done. Like,
Did you guys see? I don't know when this was in the game. I think it was somewhere near the end when LeBron ran over to the bench and gave Draymond a little side hug into.
Well, you see, they have been hanging out all summer.
Did you see what Andre Iguodala was doing though?
Yeah, that was crazy.
What was he
That was crazy.
What did he do?
Some
I got
extracurriculars.
I'm not one of these like speed people, so I don't want to do the gesture. But you know, he was.
Here's the thing. Who knows if he was really doing it? If it was coincidental? What? But bro,
he violated. He violated.
Bro, it was insane.
That was actually hilarious, bro.
I can't believe I haven't seen this,
bro. This
I really couldn't believe
James
Draymond
Wiseman
had-
looked solid. James Wiseman.
But I don't
looked solid.
understand
Yeah,
why
Mars.
JD did that. Though. I mean,
Definitely
Draymond
did, Morris. Yeah, that's what I forgot. James Wiseman.
Hey, Mars, you know,
Okay, watch this.
I'm not even coming at you with any smoke or anything, but I'm just like, bro, I think James is like that, and I think
trying to tell
he's
you.
just getting warmed up. Hey, you
I
know
like
what?
I heard, like I said,
Draymond-
I hope you guys are right. If James
Draymond's
Wiseman
not the
comes
only one that's getting the fuck up out
I
of
like
there.
James Wiseman.
Bye, Looney Tune.
Nah, they got to keep. They got to keep him.
I mean, yeah, they can
Nah,
keep him, but he's
I mean-
going to the bench though. James is
Yeah,
going
he's
to
gonna
be
go to
playing
the bench.
25
Yeah,
plus
he's gonna go to
minutes.
the bench.
Alright,
That's
watch
fine.
this.
They just got that.
maybe next season, but
Watch this. I don't
I
think
think James Wiseman
maybe
is
next
really
week.
good.
I don't think you
James
guys can
Wiseman is
see.
better than Ayton.
You can't see
least.
my cursor, but Iggy is in like the blue
He's
green
next-
long
That's
Yeah,
him
sleeve.
right in
getting.
the
That's him
middle.
getting smashed between.
he's next to
Yeah,
Steph.
Okay,
he's next
watch
to Steph right here.
watch his hand movements. Yo, that is bananas. What?
Oh, he wasn't doing nothing.
That
Hey, also,
is
I want to say,
crazy.
I want to say, I feel bad for. Oh boy, what's his name? Toscano Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
Why?
bad for
Bad
him.
for him.
That's
Why
how
you feel bad for him?
Because he was just with the Warriors. Now he over there playing with the Lakers. Had to watch
Man,
them
they
kick
gave him-
kick.
Man, that boy went down there and got his money.
Yeah, I'm saying he got his money, man. He better be thankful. He better be thankful.
He could have
for
got
the Warriors
man.
team.
Fuck that.
Nah, but to recap on the Lakers and Warriors game, Mars, I do think James Wiseman looked very well. I think he is somebody that they could lean on, especially in their second unit. The Warriors look great. The Lakers look trash. You got to trade Russ, man. And it's not that Russ is ass or anything. It's just a terrible fit. It's a terrible fit, and it's not
Russ
gonna
isn't
work
the
out.
problem. Russ isn't the
It's not.
problem.
You got three guys that just cannot play well with each other. And I think the most, I mean, they could. I know it's the first game in the year, but I think the most where they could figure out things to get the best that they possibly could is maybe a second round, maybe Western Conference, and that's it. I don't think this team's winning a championship.
Bro, the
though.
Lakers are so bad.
I'm
that
not
they
gonna lie,
signed-
Dub.
They
I don't even
signed
think
an
they get to
Uber
the second
driver.
round, bro. Matt
That's not
Ryan.
ridiculous, bro.
Who,
It's
the
not
Lakers?
ridiculous.
Matt
They
Ryan.
might not. They
bad.
might not even make the playoffs.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm
Dub,
not gonna
I
lie.
think,
Yeah,
Dub, I think
it's
you were
tough.
being generous to even say the second round, bro.
I
That
might
was
have been.
generous to me.
Off of the name of LeBron and AD, yeah, I'm definitely going
That's
to be
it.
generous to them, bro. But I don't like this team. The makeup is terrible. There's no shooting. The defense isn't that well. I said this since last year. You got to trade Russ for shooting and maybe some rim protecting or perimeter defense, but it's not good. It's not pretty, bro.
Yeah,
And I don't even
agree.
think Russ wants to be there anymore.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. I agree. I mean, ultimately, look, bro. If they were holding on to them picks in 2027 and 2029, it might be time to cash those in because you got younger. I think everybody was happy that y'all got younger, but y'all got younger and still can't shoot and still can't defend. Like ultimately, I don't know where this team goes, and like they looked outclassed last night.
They might be
And
tanking to get Victor. They look terrible.
I don't even know if they have that pick. So
I
New
don't
Orleans
think- I
about
don't
to
say-
be
I don't
very
know.
bad.
Shit.
New Orleans
I
about
don't
to be
say-
very bad.
All right, you let
Don't
Victor
have
go
a pick,
team up
bro.
with Zion. Hey, they could just everybody could just hang it up. Just don't show up next season. But not in all seriousness though. I'm gonna start with the Warriors, and I'm gonna start with the head of their group, Steph Curry. I'm going to walk something back. I said I had Joel for MVP. I still do think Joel gonna kill the year, but Steph, Steph might be coming for another MVP.
All right,
That
Ron.
was nuts.
Ron,
No,
at
bro.
7 o'clock tonight, there is a basketball game I would like you to watch.
What game is that?
That would be the Mavericks against the Suns,
I
and
mean,
you'll be
Luka's-
watching the
Luka's-
MVP.
Luka's in contention too, but bro, I don't see Steph slowing down at all. Fresh off this championship, and it just, I mean, we had this whole summer. He just reminded us really how great he is. And Mars, you would hit the nail on the head, directly on the head. It's not just Steph shooting, and it's not him with the ball. It's the way Steph moves without the ball. back cuts, the way he comes off those handoffs, the way he just maneuvers through the offense, and bro, it's just nothing you can do with him. And
Yo,
it's like
Yeah, but-
anytime Steph does this with the ball,
The race for
gotta,
MVP.
Hold
is
on, hold
crazy,
on.
though.
Shaq,
Chat,
stop.
chat,
Shaq, you gotta cut it out.
hold on, chat.
Your
I
Lakers
want
look
you guys.
terrible.
I want you guys to remember and clip this up. What Ron just said about Steph Curry, because after Thursday, after the 7:30 Eastern game, Milwaukee against the Sixers, Ron will come up here and tell you after Giannis drops 40, Giannis is going to be the MVP. This
he could possibly be here 2-time
Giannis
MVP.
might drop
just
50
saying-
on him.
I'm saying the reason why I'm saying this with Steph, because it's not just his play, because Steph looked in elite form last night, but it's the fact that the Warriors are such a good team. I think they're gonna go crazy during the regular season. I'm just watching them play, and it's like, yeah, the Lakers are shit on defense, but just everything all around. Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins, Klay Thompson. We haven't mentioned his name. He had 18 points in 20 minutes. So the Warriors are such a well-oiled machine from top to bottom. The younger guys, Moses Moody, Jonathan Kuminga, James Wiseman, all of those guys together, it's kind of really nothing you guys can do with him.
J.K.
So,
looked
with
too
him.
hot last night.
Well, I mean, that's okay. He don't gotta come out and drop 30 points. You know, he needs to come out, play defense, run the floor, get tip dunks, things of that nature.
That boy from the East North from Jersey, so I'm rocking with Kuminga all the way.
You know,
I like Kuminga a lot. I'm just saying, just specifically last night, he didn't look too
I
good.
agree, but I don't overreact though. But Ron, don't overreact though.
I'm not. We're talking.
Little
But
Bird
here's what I'm
ain't
saying.
yet.
I thought you
Greek
guys were gonna. I thought you guys were gonna
Kawhi
say that.
Leonard, the machine.
And this
Come on,
this
bro.
is my rebuttal to that. You guys thinking I'm overreacting? I know it's just one game, but we're talking about a 2-time MVP already. We're talking
I
about a
agree.
unanimous.
You're not
The
wrong.
only person to get a unanimous MVP. So why is it crazy to say that Steph Curry can't do it again? And on top of that, the Warriors. This is probably the best they've been post KD. I'm looking
Shaq
at
calling-
this team and I'm like,
Hey, look,
Shaq calling
everything
Warriors
you're saying-
pay to win is
No-
hilarious.
Nothing you're
Shaq
saying.
is being so annoying.
Bro, I mean,
Nothing you're saying is
my
ridiculous,
God.
Ron. I'm just saying there's gonna be
Pay
so
to
many
win.
good players. Like, what if Donovan Mitchell out there bugging in the East, bro? The Cavaliers is gonna be might be a. I know
But-
JD don't
but
want to
are
hear
they
that
gonna
out
be
of
a
my
better
mouth.
team than the
But
Warriors?
JD, get on the train,
Bro,
bro. Them boys are gonna
Bro,
be
there's
good.
no train to get on, bro. The tracks
boys are
haven't
gonna
been
be
the tracks haven't been renovated in 30 years. Come
I'm
on, bro.
getting on
The
I'm
Cleveland
getting on the
Cavaliers.
train.
Yo,
you're
the
going to
Cavs top 4, top 5 in the
Bro,
East.
Thank
Easy.
you.
Oh Jesus!
Thank
You're gonna watch.
Yo,
you're
I'm
gonna
being
see.
honest.
You're gonna see. Give it like 25,
you know
30
what?
games.
You
Give
know
it
what?
25,
I'ma
30
go on a
games,
cliff.
and you're
I'm
gonna be
going on a
like,
cliff. I'm going on a
Ugh.
cliff. I'm going on a cliff. Here we go. I'm going on a cliff.
Put your money on him. Put
Yeah,
your money
I'm going
on
on
him.
a cliff. The Cavs will finish with a better record than the Miami Heat this season.
No, that's not crazy. That's not crazy at all.
That's not too crazy. I don't agree. But
So
that's
if they
not
have
too
a
crazy.
but you just said if they because
Shaq, shut up,
JD's
Shaq.
out of them boys. So I'm gonna give Cavs. I'm just gonna go out on the limb and I'm gonna ride with the Cavaliers. I have high hopes for them. I think they're gonna have a
Shaq,
better.
cut it
better
out
than
about
the
this Warriors pay to
Miami
win.
Heat.
The Lakers look trash, bro. There's no other way to put it.
Hey, but no,
They
nah,
look
Doug,
trash.
They do
The Lakers
pay though.
look
Like, come
trash.
on.
Hey, but the Lakers look trash. But I also want to say I don't think that's so much the Lakers looking trash as much as it is. It's kind of equal. The Lakers look bad, but the Warriors are just a great team.
You could say it's equal. I 100% could see that point, of course. But at the end of the day, we have to be honest with ourselves. The Lakers do not look like a championship level team.
They might not
hold
look
on.
like a championship team, but
Hold
bro, I
on.
don't think the Lakers looked as bad as you guys will make it out to seem.
This-
Braun coming out going for 31 and 14. AD looks amazing.
That
On top of
31 and
that,
14 was extremely inflated. That was
on top of that,
Yeah,
West
that
looked
wasn't a
good
great
too.
play one.
But my thing for the Lakers is I liked how late in the game, and they kind of did it out of desperation. J-Rob, you know when it'd be like a 2-minute drill and you just got to go.
Mhm.
So it was
Yep.
kind of like that. They were already down, a large amount of points, but they really started running the floor. Everybody was getting out and running. I think they're going to have to do something similar to that for them to be able to be in contention in these games, because if you can't get no stops on defense, you got to push the pace and go, force turnovers and try to, make people play on your own pace.
All right, let me ask you this,
Hold
Ron.
on,
Let me
hold
ask
on,
you this,
hold
Ron.
on, hold on,
If
because I want to give J-Rob a dose of reality here. So the Cavs are the Bulls from last year. Everybody on them early season.
No. I
1000% agree. And here's the deal:
That's not
if
ridiculous.
the Bulls were healthy,
not fair.
if they had Lonzo
That's not
and Lonzo
fair.
was
Hold on,
healthy,
hold
the
on.
Bulls would actually be
I got
looking
some-
way better than the
I
Cavs
got
are going to look
something.
this year. Bro, you guys think
Context
that Donovan Mitchell is like the
matters.
second coming or something?
It's not, but JD, my
Please
thing, my
give me
thing isn't, my thing isn't Donovan Mitchell. Like Donovan Mitchell put him over the top, but the Cavs.
Thank you.
If you ask me, the Cavs were better than the Bulls last year.
All I'm going
I
to say
agree.
is I've seen what Mitchell could be in the playoffs. You feel me? I know what he could be at his best. Give me some context, yo, Dub. I need a little bit of that. We never
Y'all
really
y'all
seen
sleep
this
on
team
Karis
together.
Yeah,
LeVert.
a tourist.
Y'all sleep on
Yeah,
Karis
Donovan
LeVert.
Mitchell is a tourist in the playoffs.
You
He's just
comparing
visiting. He's just visiting.
Whoa, you're comparing DeMar
Cavs
DeRozan
were
and
hurt
Zach
too last year.
LaVine to a whole different team, bro. That Cavs team outside of Donovan Mitchell, who's the newest integration, they got a bit of some chemistry cooking. They done played a little bit together. Give them a chance, JD. Don't fall off the wagon yet.
Donovan
bro.
JD, we can say the same thing about the Cavs last year. If Jared Allen wouldn't have got hurt,
fanny pack.
come on. If
I'm
Jared Allen
just saying,
wouldn't have got
JD.
hurt,
Weren't they top 3, top 4 when Ricky?
I think they were top 2 before
got
Jared
hurt.
Allen went out. And
They
don't
was like
forget
top three
Karis
before
LeVert had the
Jared Allen went out.
Don't forget Karis LeVert had the kidney thing last year too. Y'all sleep on Karis.
I'm just saying, JD. I'm just saying, JD. Don't be so out yet, bro. Don't be out yet. We're gonna see tonight. Well, they're gonna play a pretty decent team tonight. It's gonna be good.
I'm out.
Ron, what about what? So you talking about the Lakers running? What happens?
Yeah.
What happens if they let's say they play a team like the Celtics that's stopping the ball, right? You stop the ball. What do they do? What do they do then? They don't like Bron is he's Bron, but who's your one-on-one? Like who do you give the ball to? Like, hey, we need a bucket right now.
In
Is it
half
AD
court?
or
Well, I mean,
is it
bro,
AD or who?
it's not hard
It's
for the
supposed to
Lakers.
be Bobby. To me, it's supposed to be AD.
It's supposed to be AD, but if it's
gonna
not,
be
what you gonna do?
AD.
Get the ball to Austin Reeves?
What
Exactly.
you talking about in the half court?
In the
I mean,
half
they were
court?
they were giving the ball to
does
Patrick
LeBron
Beverley.
not
No,
exist?
They were giving
yo,
it to
when
Patrick
is Shaq
Beverley.
No,
coming back from
I
Chicago?
spoke on Braun already, but it's just kind of like I saw last night when Braun was on the half court, he was doing that little dribble to one side, dribble, and then try to shoot that shit. That's not going. It's not 2016 no more, Braun.
Yo,
You got to do something.
Jamal, I'm high on Darius Garland. I'm higher on Darius Garland than I am on Donovan Mitchell.
So am I.
That's
and also,
Bobby, even better then.
Bobby, because you
That's
brought up
online.
Karis LeVert, let's also bring up Jarrett Allen and how the Brooklyn Nets made the biggest mistake of their lives, trading away Karis LeVert and Jarrett Allen to go
And
get
Spencer
James
Dinwiddie.
Harden.
And Spencer Dinwiddie. Yeah, look, all three of them. They let all three of them
You're
go.
right.
That was the biggest mistake, and I said it when I was a panelist when this happened. I said this is the dumbest shit that they could do.
I don't think it was.
I mean,
It was
so
terrible.
stupid.
make context
Like,
matter
yeah,
again. It would have
please.
worked if James Harden didn't get hurt.
That's
Fact.
a
I
fact.
was saying that too.
That's a fact.
That shit wasn't gonna work. That
Nah.
wasn't
No,
gonna
if
work.
Jay, no.
Man, them boys was
Don't do
playing
that, Ron.
basketball.
Hey,
Don't do that,
now let's
Ron.
we start
Ron,
playing
don't do that,
basketball with
Ron.
three basketballs.
That was-
it was working.
They were playing
Don't
just
do that.
fine with each other.
Ron,
Ron.
when
What
the
are you
three of them
talking about?
What was y'all watching?
What
What was y'all watching?
Obviously not
if it
what
worked
you
like-
was
if it
watching
worked-
if you don't think it worked.
If it worked
Nah,
like that,
hell
then
no,
James
you
wouldn't have
wasn't.
left. He would have stayed.
I think the
That
reason
shit,
he
bro,
did- I
that-
think the
that-
reason
that
he wanted
shit the
to
Nets
leave
did
is
was never
because
gonna work.
Everyone, it wasn't going how he wanted that second year because he wasn't fully healthy. Kyrie
And see,
wasn't
and
gonna
see,
play
that's
the whole
that's
year,
that's
is what
that's
he
the
knew.
problem with them three guys. That's the problem with them three guys. They so prima donna. Oh, I want this. I want that. He doing this. Like, crybaby ass niggas, man. That shit was never gonna work.
I agree with that. I agree with that. James Harden. Well, I don't know what James Harden. I think they overreacted. But
prima
that
donnas,
first
you
year,
can't
that first
have-
year, it probably would have worked.
That's like having three wide receivers on one basketball team. You can't like these guys are prima donnas. They want to make sure their gloves are clean. Look at my cleats, like man.
I'm not
they
gonna hold
not
you.
there to win. They
I
I ain't
there
gonna
to
lie
stay.
though. In football,
I
you gotta
can
look
agree
good
with
to
you.
feel good to play good in football. Though. Come
I
on,
gotta
man.
agree with you. I'll
Gloves
agree with
gotta
you
be
in a
icy.
sense where they are a bit of a prima donna, but when it comes to their play, on the court, I don't think there's anything to deny the fact that they could have won a chip together in that first year.
Yeah,
if
just like
everybody
Ron
was
said, there's
healthy.
only one basketball.
Come on, bro. You tell me they wasn't
There's
gonna
only
make
one
anything work out.
basketball.
They
Bro,
took
Ron,
they
don't
took
do
the
that.
Bucks
They
in
were
Game
a-
7.
Bro,
Also,
KD
while
was
they
a
was hurt, bro.
if KD
Bro.
wore a 12 instead of a 15, bro, they would have went to the
Also,
Eastern
you
Conference
both-
Finals.
That's I look, J-Rock,
So
that's
nah.
how Dub got cooked the other day talking about if this, if that.
Yeah, that's
Don't be doing the if
Yo,
if.
I like that context.
That's
Hey,
how
I like
that's
it,
how
Ron.
Fluid roasted
I
Dub.
like
Context.
it.
That's how Fluid said Dub down.
What I'm saying is, all I'm saying about that, the only reason I bring that up is because y'all was just trying to say like they regret even going to get James, and I'm just saying it could have worked.
Bro, sure, in the short term, it's so short-sighted,
in the
though.
short-
It's
it
so
could've- I agree.
short-sighted.
Yeah,
I
but that's
agree.
like saying the Anthony Davis trade was dumb for the Lakers because that clearly hasn't worked outside the first year.
But they got a
That's
championship
way
out of
different
it, bro.
because AD.
It's the same
It's
thing.
different. It's
It was
different.
kinda
It's the
dumb.
same.
It's
It's the
the
same.
exact
same.
same.
The only
They
issue
just-
is Anthony Davis is still there and James Harden requested a trade.
Yeah.
Like,
Right
Yeah,
now,
and
they won.
if
And
the
they won.
Lakers
I'm right.
if the Lakers had Brandon Ingram and Kyle
I'm right.
Kuzma right now,
Head on a
they'd be
spike.
much better.
Exactly, they probably would be better.
They'll be
but we're
much
not gonna say
better.
that Anthony Davis
And I
trade
don't
was a
know, and
bad
I
trade.
to this day don't know why they let Malik Monk walk, bro. I don't know.
Because he had to go up north. That's why.
The what? Go to Sacramento?
Nah, they're
iOS
gonna be better than the Lakers this year.
They might be. They
Hey, but
might
iOS
be.
Inc. Oh my God,
J-Rob,
Jesus Christ, they
J-Rob,
might.
I'm not
Bobby,
gonna say
Bobby.
that was a bad move, but I'm just
For
gonna
sure.
say like you got it's other things you got to factor in other than basketball. Like yes,
Mhm,
they're good on the
mhm.
court, but it's off the court things you got to factor in too. It's
I
egos and all of that, bro. So it's like,
Bro, I
and
don't
we're
think
talking
Kyrie
about
and James got
Kyrie
along
Irving.
that well.
We're talking about
Ron,
Kyrie Irving.
Ron,
We're talking
Ron,
about
let's be
KD,
real.
and we're talking
Well,
about
Ron,
James
let's be
Harden.
real.
I don't think you're wrong,
You in
Ron.
charge of an
I don't think you're wrong.
organization. You in charge of. You're looking at things in hindsight after everything didn't work out.
I was
But you
saying
get
this
put.
beforehand.
I don't know why you would say this beforehand. If you have
Because
a
look
chance,
at what's happening.
can I finish my point? Can I finish my point? I
Oh,
said if you
man.
have an opportunity to stack the deck with that much talent on your team as a GM, you have to take it every single
No,
time.
absolutely.
If
and
you
I
have a
agree with
chance
you.
to get
I agree with
three
you.
top
I think it
15
was a
guys,
good trade. I think
you
it was a
have
good
to
trade.
do it. You can't.
No,
just
you
say
have
it's
to
a
make the
mistake.
trade. No,
You
you're
have
right.
to
You
do
have to
it,
make
bro.
the
You
trade.
do. Especially at that point in their career, you know, KD's 30, he was 30, 31. Kyrie's getting older. James is older. At that point, when these dudes are in their primes, absolutely put them together and give them.
No, that's because y'all. That's because y'all was sleep on Karis LeVert, and then you lose Jared Allen. That's like, come on, man.
Yeah,
that
but
was
come
a
on
bad
now,
move.
but I feel
Anyway,
like I feel like y'all being a little unfair to the Nets because I mean, come on, we had COVID. James got hurt. Kyrie didn't play. I'm not.
everybody,
saying, I'm,
everybody had to go through
I-
the pandemic.
No,
J-Rob,
you're
stop
right.
making
You're
excuses
right.
for those.
I'm not
bozos.
making excuses. I just,
Context.
they're a good
Context
team. I'm
matters.
just not.
Excuses.
I'm not. I don't think they're a bad basketball team. I think they're going to be. Great.
I don't
still
either.
think
Even
they're
today.
Oh,
great.
now, well, now when you think about it, now when they went and got T.J. Warren, Royce
y'all be
O'Neal,
up
all those
here.
guys, I like that.
Because
I
y'all be
like
up
Royce
here
O'Neal,
drinking that. Y'all
yeah.
be up here drinking that Clippers Kool-Aid, and they ain't did nothing either.
Well, the Clippers winning though. The
That's a
Clippers about to
fact.
win it this year.
So if
Nah,
y'all
you
gonna
know
be
what?
on, if y'all gonna
You
be
know
on the
what,
Nets
J-Rob,
like that,
Hey, that's
an
fair,
amazing
J-Rob.
point.
That's
an
fair.
amazing
That's
point,
that's
J-Rob.
fair.
Come on, bro.
That's very
Come
fair.
on now.
I
Y'all
can't
be
say
drinking
nothing against
that
that.
Clippers Kool-Aid. So if the Nets
I'm
get slack,
smoking the
come
Clippers
on now.
pack all
Hey,
year.
when you say that, J-Rob, I'm gonna shut the fuck up. Because you're right. Because you're right. You're right.
iOS Inc. re-upped his membership 2 months at the All-Star level. Russ doesn't want a different role. He's such a team player. He lied about his hammy Friday and admitted to it last night. Also, Iggy making that gesture like he doesn't do the same for Kyrie is wild. Super chats. Benny Hanna's late to the pod, but I need Ron to speak on JT defense.
That boy's a good two-way basketball player, Ron, and you gotta put some respect on it.
Yeah, Ron, you
Better than
gotta
Jalen Brown.
So
He's
last
a better
night proved that
two-way
he's an elite
player than
defender?
Jalen.
Did last night prove that he's an elite defender?
No, I already knew he was a better defender than Jalen Brown.
I mean, I
still
know he's a
think
elite
he's
defender.
Not comparing
What
him to
does
Jalen
what does
Brown.
elite mean?
I
Okay, so
watched
what's
him
elite?
guard.
You need to tell me
I'm
someone else is
asking
elite.
I'm asking you. No, put it in your context. Is he an elite defender?
He's one of the best wing defenders in the NBA. So yes,
Who?
Jason Tatum.
All right, bro. It's nothing I can say. Like y'all got it.
You don't like
Is he
JT
not?
Ron as a defender, Ron?
I don't get how he's not elite.
I don't look at Jason Tatum and just think defense.
Yeah, because
Of
he's
course not,
he's
'cause
better on
He's not-
offense.
He's not a bad defender. He's not a terrible defender. And what I do like last year, and I don't know if this is thanks to Ime Udoka, but his effort last year was a lot better. And on top of that, he's grown into his body. He's got stronger. He's 24 now. So last year he looked a shit ton better than he did in the past. But I mean, I don't know what we'll see this year. But I still don't look at Jason Tatum and be like, oh,
But
he's
come
about
on
to
now,
hold this guy to
but
140.
Ron, come on,
Like,
we're
he
gonna
moving his feet. Check
we're
that
not
boy
going to
out.
talk about the playoffs. We're not going to talk about him versus KD in the playoffs. He was
Yeah, but
guarding
not
KD.
do that.
Nah, that was Al. That was Al
He
Horford.
was-
That was Al
the
Horford
team.
and
That was
Marcus
the
Smart.
team, J.
That was
Rob.
Al
I
Horford
think it
and
was the team.
Grant Williams.
I think it was the team. I do think it was. I think it was the scheme. It was the scheme. But come on, bro. There was those moments where JT was the primary defender. That's a fact, bro.
See you, JD.
Bye, JD. Bye. Be upset.
Hey, now we the panel.
There's no way that just happened.
I think I'm with Mars, man. I think JT is a good defender. I do.
I think JT is a good defender, but you know the thing about it is that's James Harden could do that if he just put the effort. See, JT just puts forth the effort. And the thing about it is, I got to say that too, because I used to think JT was soft. I'd be like, man, this boy's soft, but I didn't realize it was just because he was younger. He just got stronger. Like Ron said, grew into his body. I got big love for JT. He's not a better defender than Jaylen Brown, but he's a good defender and he tries hard on the defensive end. So I gotta love and respect that.
Ron, I
gotta throw him his props because he did take the KD fade. He did say, "I'm guarding."
Come on.
He did, but Al Horford was guarding KD more than he was, though.
It's a team.
But he did take the fade. When the fade came to him, he ducked that smoke.
Because he's not Bron.
Oh shit!
Time out. Hold on. And there's one thing I do gotta say, fellas. Let's be also very clear, because this is why I do think when we talk about defenders, y'all lose sight of this. You're not going to put your best offensive player on the toughest defensive assignment on defense and then have him go play offense as well, bro.
You do it for your dog?
Even Michael Jordan, him and Scottie Pippen used to tag.
That's because Scottie was a better defender.
Michael Jordan was guarding Magic.
I'm gonna say at the end of the day, even LeBron James,
I'm just saying that's what
he guarded Tony Parker and Derrick Rose at the end of the game, not the start of it.
LeBron's a bad example.
LeBron used to run. LeBron used to run for Melo, make Shane Battier guarding.
That's a fact.
He used to make Shane Battier guard everybody.
Was Carmelo guarding?
LeBron got Richard Jefferson to guard KD.
Yeah, I'll never forgive him for that.
Bron was ducking every fade.
I don't understand how y'all care so much. Y'all care about if Richard Jefferson's guarding KD, but y'all don't care if KD's guarding Bron. Like, I don't understand.
I only said that because I know. Dub made a big deal.
Your best player is never going to take the hardest defensive. But your best offensive player is not going to take the best defensive assignment. Like, if you play basketball, JD's probably a better shooter, or Ron is a better basketball player than me. But I think I am probably a little bit better of a defender because of effort. I would not want Ron having to deal with that all day if we're going to expect him to be our main scorer, bro. That's just the facts. It's too much energy.
Absolutely. But here's also the thing too, though. Here's also the thing too. When it comes down to it and it's winning time, dudes like Kobe, dudes like Mike, dudes like oh no, I'm gonna just stick with them two. They're going to go take Kawhi. They're gonna go take the best assignment. Bron, when it's 2 minutes left in the game, Bron's still looking from the other side like, ooh, I hope he gets that stop over there. Come on, Shane.
That's not true.
That's a fact. No, J-Rob, that is a fact. I'll never forgive this man for having Richard Jefferson on Kevin Durant, bro. He was just watching, bro.
Mars, you watch a lot of.
That's who you go to, J-Rob.
I'm just saying moments where he's guarded team's best player. He has.
All right. Let's
get. He only has one moment that you run.
Let's keep moving.
One moment that he runs to.
So when we watch, right before the bubble. Hold on, JD. So right before the bubble and the whole world shut down, when they played that back-to-back Clippers and the Bucks, who was Bron guarding at the end of both them games?
Clippers and the Bucks.
He was guarding Giannis.
Yeah, he was guarding at the end of the Clippers game. It was like a regular season game.
Mars.
He was guarding that final possession. He guarded Kawhi and then switched on to Paul George. The other way around.
Why did he switch on to Paul George?
Because Kawhi got a screen.
Kawhi gave that shit.
Also, he guarded both of them on the same possession because it was a switch. It wasn't like
he was guarding. He was guarding Kawhi. He was guarding Kawhi. He was guarding Kawhi. Kawhi couldn't get off him, so then Kawhi got a screen, and then he switched on to Paul George, and then
thank you, Mars.
He airballed the shot.
All I'm going to say is I'm not going to let you guys. I'm pointing at this way up. We have a young audience, and I'm not going to let their malleable brains be confused to assume that Bron was not a primary defender to good players. I'm not going for it.
All right,
So
come on.
I just think defense is more
malleable. Yes, SAT word. JD, go look it up.
No lie,
Damn,
no lie,
J-Rob,
J-Rob.
okay.
No lie, J-Rob.
Yeah,
What you just said was
come
a
on.
bunch of bullshit because that's not something that LeBron James did consistently, bro. He wasn't consistently going out to guard the best guys, bro. That just wasn't happening.
Okay, all right, but Dub.
Especially in
like
Lakers. You named a couple scenarios where, yes, he has a couple scenarios. Everyone has.
Dub, but if
Yeah,
you
he
are
wasn't
our
doing
best
it.
scenario.
He wasn't
Dub,
doing it a
look,
lot.
If you're our best hooper, on the floor, why would I make you go and guard the other team's best hooper and then we require you to score 35 as well? That's a lot.
Because you got to be a dog sometimes.
Hold on, wait.
Don't do that, Bobby. Don't do that, Bobby.
Yo,
Bobby,
really
Bobby.
quick, Euro just sent us an update.
Every team do that.
Update of the trash icon on your computer screen. This is the evolution of it. Damn.
Oh,
Tough.
damn.
That's crazy.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right, let's get through these super chats. And I did not forget, Ron, you have an overrated, underrated list that I want to get to.
Oh, yeah,
In Mars, we still need to hear where Jaylen Brown is. So hopefully you've been working on that list.
Oh,
he's somewhere in between 11 and 14.
Assist sent a super chat 11 and 14. Does Poole become a starter before his contract is up?
Probably.
Actually, yes, because Clay will go to the bench at some point. He's gonna have to, bro.
I don't know. In the next 4 years, you think
They
in
might
4
just
years?
run Clay at the 3.
I mean,
that too.
and then what? Put Drew at the 4.
Only thing, Mars, can
Yeah,
he still
probably.
defend high
If they
level
do that,
threes,
then that's
though?
all right.
But Mars, can Clay in 3 years still be able to guard high level threes in the NBA?
I don't think he can do it right now, but probably. That's probably what they're going to have to do because I'm assuming Draymond won't be there anymore. So you probably have James Wiseman, Andrew Wiggins, Clay, Jordan Poole, and Steph.
I just turned him into my first sniper off the bench, bro. 6-man, bro.
Jamal Williams saying Draymond and Braun were flirting mid-game. That's crazy. Drink More Water said, other than, what is that, Tari Eason?
Tari Eason.
Who are some rookies that were drafted outside the lottery that you could see battling for Rookie of the Year? AJ Griffin for me.
Gotta love AJ.
I don't think any of them
Kenny
can.
Lofton.
I don't think any of them will like really have a shot at Rookie of the Year. But like making an all-rookie team, I like Marjon Beauchamp in Milwaukee. I don't think he's gonna play a lot. I like him. Jaden Hardy in Dallas if he gets some playing time. That's kind of it.
Yeah, I saw some stuff coming out early that he's like fighting to even get minutes. So we'll see.
I want to shout out all my young dogs
Marshawn
from
Beauchamp.
Seattle. All my young dogs from Seattle. Marjon, shout out to him, Seattle boy. Shout out Tari Eason, Garfield High School. Also, #1 pick in the draft, Paulo. Shout out him too. All my Seattle Hoopers out there. Hey, we be on this show till tomorrow if I went down the whole list.
No kidding.
That's where we're trying to be next year. Shout out to Seattle.
Come on, J-Rob. Come on. Seventh Denim said Brick Brook. That's a mouthful. Levy Sarvo, get Shaq on here. He cooking. Shanny, JD, Cavs is way better than the Mavs. Shanny, you're banned for life, you bozo. JT said Warriors second unit will win that mid-season tourney. I forgot about that. Oh my god.
Is that actually that's actually happening?
Yeah, it's this season. It's the first
that's
year.
crazy. That's crazy.
They do it in the WNBA too, actually.
When did they implement it though?
So it's like in the WNBA, it's like I don't know if the system is the same, but it's almost like a PowerPoint system. And then they seed the best teams, and then you play like this mid-season tournament, but you get like a bonus and everything.
Do they like it?
Commissioner's Cup, right?
It's Commissioner's Cup. That's
the one with the little trophy.
Yes, with the little trophy. Yes. So it's going to be like one of those. But I mean, I think the players just like it because the games still count towards your regular season, and two, like you get a bonus if you win it. Even for being in it, you get a bonus. So
all right. I guess I'll reserve my opinions until I actually see it, but just now it just kind of sounds.
I can't wait to see it.
I don't know.
Traveling but it's just something new. You know, we've been. I know we all get stuck in tradition, but are you
right? You're right.
Can I actually
remember we tripped off the play-in too?
Yeah,
I still hate. I still hate.
I don't like the
play-in. It's just more basketball. I'm just happy to see more basketball. I would rather be 10 teams that get a shot.
I need to ask y'all this though: are we going to start tallying up Eastern Conference and Western Conference MVP trophies? Like, is that going to be a thing?
No, we already talked
future?
about talked
That's
about
for
this
you
when they
accolade
announced
guys.
it.
That's
We're
for you
not.
accolade
I'm an
guys.
accolades guy,
No,
but
no,
that's
no,
not
no.
the accolade
No,
I
no,
care
no.
about. That
No one
cannot
cares
be the
about it.
accolade.
No one-
That's
Why
not-
do you
no
why
one
do you
cares
care?
about
Why
it.
do you not care about that, but you care about
I
finals
like it.
MVP? It's
I
the
like
same
it.
thing.
Because that's the mecca of it all. That
No,
you win your
but
division thing, I'm not
realistically,
losing-
there
I'm not
were
losing sleep
years
over that.
there were years like, for example, in the Kobe and Shaq runs where they were playing the Spurs in the conference finals, and then they'll play like the Pacers or the Nets in the finals. The
Valid
conference
point,
finals
Mark.
was the
Valid
bigger
point.
series than the finals, and most people would say Kobe was better in those series. If the conference final MVP existed, maybe people wouldn't be looking at as Shaq carried Kobe because he'd have some conference finals MVPs against a better team, and then people would
but
actually
like-
understand without watching the
but-
games.
Yo,
that
Bobby
it was
said.
more of a 1A, 1B.
Bobby said he likes it. Bobby, are you gonna count this mid-season shit too?
No, I mean it's just more basketball to watch. But I think that's different than the conference finals MVP.
I just don't want to have. I think my issue with the Mars is really more so like I don't want to have to do a greatness debate, and then you're gonna hit and somebody hits me with a. Well, he got
Bro,
more
that's-
Western
that's-
Conference Finals MVP.
yeah, that's when you stand up.
Well, I
That's when
think
you stand up
what
and
it does is
Yeah,
kind of
diabolical,
show because a lot of times I think it's about people forget. Like sometimes we be like, oh, who won this championship this year? Sometimes people forget the team they played. I think it's just a way to just kind of remember who came in second.
That's all it is. It's for
participation
people. It's for
trophies and
people who
shit.
don't actually like remember or watch these things. They have a
Yeah.
recollection
Yeah.
of what happens.
All right, Traveling
That's
Trav
understandable.
sent a super chat. I'm looking at the stats. Like, how do y'all say Curry had more help than Braun last night?
What's
What
stats?
type of question is that? What are you talking about?
What question is
I
that?
don't, I don't know. Watch the game.
They have a
Watch the
better
game.
team.
Yeah, I would say like watch the basketball.
Yeah,
bro.
just
Watch
use
basketball.
your eyes. Watch
Saying
basketball.
I'm
and-
looking at the stats.
It's not
Football
hard to just
breakdown.
watch the game.
He sees Russ and then he sees AD and all of a sudden thinks Bron has more help.
Yeah,
Bron
he
has
saw,
a better
he saw
second
AG
option.
with 26, and he's like, "Oh, Bron had more help." Like,
He got a
let's watch
better
the
second
game.
option, but Steph got all the way down to the water boys.
Yeah, like
They're-
come on, bro. After the first three players on the court, that other rest, come on, bro. They all go to Warriors.
Football Breakdown said, so Braun didn't guard Duncan, Parker, Jokic, D Rose, Murray, multiple blocks on Steph, etc. Dumb on bottom left. Don't use the same standards for KD. Dumb.
When I- so when do-
crazy, bro.
when do I
Yeah,
show?
dumb
When
dumb
have I
is
ever
crazy.
showed love to Kevin Durant
Dumb
for
is
guarding the best player?
Yo, I don't remember Bron
Although
guarding
he
none
never
of them.
guarded Tim Duncan. What is he
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about?
Like, he
And
might
And
have
if
guarded
he guarded Tim Duncan, he got his ass cooked.
Man, yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro.
He's talking about the
JD,
old
you're the
Tim
host.
Duncan,
JD, you can
2013,
literally
2014.
debunk all of
He
this
gets
by
switched
Googling it, bro.
sometimes.
Just Google it.
Man,
I
Bron
don't
did not
need to
guard
Google
none of them.
It wasn't prime. It wasn't
Y'all
prime.
like
Man.
Harden. You see?
There would be
See?
switches.
That's you know what that is. That's when you one of those guys that don't watch the game and you go back like at the end of the day and watch the highlight game when it's only the
And
highlights.
see
and
the
then you see,
and see the
and then-
few possessions.
yeah,
of
and
him
then
guarding
you see
Tony
Tim
Parker.
Duncan
Tim
go up
Duncan.
and Braun got switched on him. So you think, oh, Braun guarded Tim Duncan. You just didn't watch the game.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie.
That's
Football
exactly what
Breakdown
you're
has come
doing.
on the show a couple times and sautéed. So, but
That's fine.
that
That's
one
fine.
was
That was
Hey,
a
hey.
Dumb
terrible
Dumb's
take that
crazy.
time.
Dumb
Hey,
Dumb's
well,
crazy.
bring his shiny.
I mean,
head
shit.
ass up
I've been
here.
saying dumb. Hey, I say dumb shit every day, JD. So I'm not mad at that.
Hey,
I'm just
we
saying,
all
like,
say
in
dumb
that
shit
in
every
that in
day.
that in that particular instance,
Whoa,
he's
whoa,
wrong.
whoa.
And
I
I'm
don't
right.
think you're a dumb bro.
Appreciate that, JD.
Yeah.
My mom loves me too. So I'm all right.
That's all that matters. Reggie Reg, LeBron defends the other team's best player. Cap. iOS Inc. sent a super chat, but you guys gave Giannis title of best defender when he guards Joe Harris and Grant Williams, and when he guards number one is uncoordinated as injuries them.
Giannis has never been the best defender in the NBA. He's never has been.
Mr.
I think
Rudy
he's top
Poo.
three.
Mr. Rudy Poo is weird. AD is a lost cause. At this point, he's just a 6'10" Westbrook, bricking shots and fumbling the ball out of bounds.
Oh, Lord.
SMH,
Whoa.
sad.
No
Yo,
clue.
AD did fall a couple times yesterday, and I did the one.
Yeah, there
where
was a time I think
like,
he fell in the
oh.
fourth quarter. I was like, oh damn.
Yo, anytime
you know-
him and Embiid fall, it's like, oh boy, here it goes.
And it's like they always are on the ground.
Always. Embiid's always on the ground for sure.
Hey, why Brooklyn's very own jocking me like that? Did I say something that hurt his feelings or something? I ain't even. No big deal.
What'd
We
he
need
say?
someone to send a super chat and
Just
get the
nigga
likes
tight
up.
for no reason. Brooklyn's very own.
Mars, that's facts. There's 630 of y'all, and we're only at 183 likes. You guys aren't paying the entry fee. What is going on? Make sure you hit that like button. And if you're new to Player's Choice, make sure you hit that subscribe button and also subscribe to the second channel, the Player's Choice Clips channel. Ron, do you have your overrated, underrated list yet, or do we need to go to Mars first?
I got it. It's set in stone. It depends
wait.
if Mars wants to be nasty.
I think I want to get to Mars first, actually, because I am curious where Jaylen Brown ranks.
I have some semblance of a list, but it's not fully set in stone. But
Is he in the 20 or no?
No.
Where is he?
Well, this is 25 players who I think are all better than Jaylen Brown.
This is a loaded list. He doesn't even believe it.
I 100% believe it.
Yo, Mars.
Until about maybe the last name, I believe all of them definitively.
Mars, but here's the thing, and I know you're going to get into your list. My thing is, you can argue that he's top 20. So any of these, the 6 names that you're going to say in front of him, you can argue that he's better than that player. And at that point,
I wouldn't listen to an argument.
I think realistically, Mars, you just have to start at 15 because
that's what I was saying.
Bobby said he's 11 to 14.
Okay,
yeah, I want to hear it all.
So I'll go. So this is
give us the whole list.
This is no order, by the way. Giannis, Jokic, Steph, LeBron, KD, Luka, Kawhi, Embiid, Anthony Davis, Dame, Jimmy, Trey, Tatum, Paul George, Harden, Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, Ja Morant, Bradley Beal, Karl Anthony Towns, Darius Garland, Zach LaVine. They're the ones who I definitively think are better than Jaylen Brown. I also
Zach LaVine.
I could see how you. I
also have Rudy Gobert over him, but I understand people would disagree. I have Chris Paul over him, but I understand people would disagree. And one that I know I'm not really going to argue about. I think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a better player than him as well.
I think Shai's better than a couple of those cats you named earlier too. But
for me, that's 25 names. That's 25 names right there. And for me, at least 22 of them are definitively better.
Not Bam.
Bam Adebayo is someone else who I think is better, but this was just I was asked about 25 in Discord.
Kyrie.
You got Shai Alexander over him, you said?
Yeah. But I didn't even say Kyrie's name. Kyrie's better than Jaylen Brown.
I want you to take James Harden off that list too.
No. James Harden stays.
James Harden is so much better than Jaylen Brown.
But yeah, that's a lot of names. That's definitely more than 20 names. So he's not top 20. Not for me.
Come on, Ron. I know when he was saying those names.
After you read that list, Mars, I'll say maybe not 11 to 14, but maybe like 14 to 17.
No way. You heard those names getting rattled off, and you're like,
well, I don't got no love for Karl Anthony Towns.
Karl Anthony Towns is at like 23.
How about Anthony Edwards?
At 17, I have Ja Morant. I don't think he's better than Ja Morant.
Get him out of there too.
Is Anthony Edwards better?
Anthony Edwards. I think he's better than Jaylen Brown.
I'm not going for Ant.
Get him the fuck out of there.
No.
That's fine. You guys are arguing about players I don't have in my top 25. So that shows where Jaylen Brown belongs.
Yeah, we're talking about guys outside of. We're talking about like 23.
Like if you think he's better than Zach LaVine, that's cool. If you think he's better than Chris Paul, that's cool. If you think he's better than Rudy Gobert, that's cool. You think he's better than Bradley Beal, fine. You think he's better than Cat, fine. That still gets into about 20. And 20? I disagree with every name you just said. And that doesn't include that I don't have Kyrie on this list, who's clearly better than Jaylen Brown.
I don't think so, but
I wouldn't say clearly,
but all right.
Cool.
I wish I saw the Jaylen Brown you guys saw. You see some Hall of Famer.
You just seen him score.
Hall of Famer for sure.
And the Jaylen Brown I saw last night still isn't better than any of the names.
But you got to get Ja out of there too.
Oh, here's another one. Is Jaylen Brown better than
I just said yes. I think Pascal Siakam.
Yes. Yes, he's better than Pascal.
I think Zion might.
What does he bring to the I don't think we've ever asked you. What does he even bring? What does he even bring to the game that even puts him on this level?
All right, y'all just clearly
one-on-one.
You're trying too hard now. You're just trying
one-on-one. Jaylen Brown is nice.
You know how TNT used to do that one camera where they used to just follow one player around the court? I think they still do it. TNT Overdrive. That's what the fuck you guys do when you're watching the Celtics. You just follow Jason Tatum the whole time. Oh, Jason Tatum's at the high post. Oh, Jason Tatum just did a back cut. Oh, Jason Tatum got a deflection. He's playing defense. I'll be like, come on. Like, so Jaylen Brown doesn't now.
Can you answer my question?
Jaylen Brown is their second best player. He's a very good player. He's just not top 20.
That's fine. I'm not mad if I can't give him to his top 20. You know, there's no problem there.
Can you answer our question?
What's the question?
What does he do?
What's about his game that puts him as in the top 20, bro?
He's
Bro, you are the same guy that thinks Chris Paul's a top 15 player. Bro.
True.
We don't.
Yeah.
No, but
You chill out, bro.
You're
Like,
exactly
not
right.
That's irrelevant.
People have to.
Hold on,
He
J-Rob,
did
J-Rob,
actually
first
talk
of all,
about
I
Chris
think-
Paul's
Mark,
game.
my
Well,
thing is,
first
my
of
thing
all,
is just like people
first of
have
all,
their
that on the
opinions,
spike,
bro.
Dub?
Yeah, I'm about to say,
People
shut
have
the
their
hell up,
opinions,
J-Rob.
Yeah, but at least
People
he
have their
explains his
opinions, bro.
opinion.
And
So
I
if he's just
explained my
asking for an
opinion
explanation,
very
that's
thoroughly.
fine.
All I'm doing is ask for an explanation. I explained
It's
every
all right.
single
It's all
one
right,
of my
Bobby. I
questions.
feel you. He's top 20, bro. He's top 20, man.
Man, look,
Don't do
I watched
that.
Round
No,
one
J-Rob.
last
No,
year.
J-Rob. Sit in the corner right now.
Don't let
Sit in the
Dudley
corner and
boys-
let these
don't
guys
let
answer.
Jeff and Matt Hardy up here try to get
Sit
you.
in the corner right now. Let these guys
don't let-
answer because, like
don't let
I
the
do,
Dudley
I
boys up
explain
here try
all
to
of my
get you,
points on
Bobby.
why I think that he's a top 15 guy. I expect them to do the same. So simmer
Okay.
down, relax before I put
Okay.
your head on the spike again.
Never put me on
Wow.
the spike, but
Bro, he plays both sides of the basketball, which you can't say for at least 18 people on that list that Mars named. I'm talking about basketball. I'm not talking about how fancy you look scoring the ball. I'm talking about both sides of the basketball. It's including rebounding, playing defense, being in the passing lanes, having that killer instinct on the offensive end, which you can't deny he has.
Oh, God, killer
He
instinct.
can where can he not score? He's a 3-level scorer. He'll dunk on you. Don't stand under the rim. Don't try to take no charge. He finishes at the rim. He has a mid-range game. His mid-range game is not as good as Jason Tatum's. I will give you that, Morris. But we're not talking about him versus Jason right now. He can shoot the 3 ball. He can guard 3 positions. I'm like, what else do you need to hear? Like he's a killer though. He's a killer.
Very good player.
Time out. And to
Killer
put the
instinct.
to put
I ain't
the
gonna
cherry
lie.
on top
Killer
of it-
instinct. Why did you say killer instinct?
Killer instinct is
What's
crazy.
wrong with
So is
that?
Mike
Well,
Myers,
I said that because I meant it. He's a killer. Like
Yeah, but that's not
It's just an
measurable.
okay. It might
intangible.
not be measurable,
Measurable,
but I'm still gonna speak on it though. You know what I'm saying? Like if you can't
No, I
measure it, I
feel
know I
you.
can't. I know I can't measure it. Like,
measure it, though.
there's no stat that says, oh, he's a killer. But when you watch the game, you can see who's a killer and who's not.
I don't even think Jaylen Brown's better. I don't even think Jaylen Brown's better than Drew Holiday.
And yo,
Hey, I got big
I'm-
love for Drew, so I'm not gonna
That's
disrespect Drew.
this is just
but,
more play.
he's better
He's
than
falling
Drew,
out
though.
of my top 30 as we speak. Like he's just
I'm not gonna touch on that. But what I am gonna say is Jaylen Brown is, you guys won't say he's the best player. So I'll say he's the second best player on the team that got 50 wins last year. Finished number 2. We watched him ball in the first round. We watched him ball in the second round. We watched him ball in the Eastern Conference Finals, and we watched him go in the finals and play great basketball. So this is what I'm trying to say. We've watched Jaylen Brown ball all year. He comes back, gives you 35, and now we're still sitting here saying that he's not this player. We're sitting here saying that
no.
Ron.
We're saying
no one
there's
is
players
disputing-
better than him.
No one is
That's what we're saying.
disputing.
Player's better.
No one is
this-
disputing.
He's a very
that
good
Jaylen
player,
Brown
but
is
once
good
you
at
start trying to
basketball.
put him in a realm
You
where he's
are
not,
trying
this-
to context bend and
Oh, no,
slither your way out of this.
I'm adding to my context of me saying what Bobby just said. Him as a basketball player, scoring on 3 levels. He's a good defender. He's very athletic. Gets a lot of fast.
You
breaks
can
and things of
add
that
to your
nature.
context, but you're putting words in our mouths.
No, what I'm saying is he's playing on one of the best teams in the East, and it's solely not solely because of him, but a big portion of that is due to what he brings to the table. So more so than how skilled he is, he's playing winning basketball as well.
Yeah, wait, Ron. You can't measure that, Ron. You can't measure that. So don't speak on that.
You can't say
No,
that.
you
for a
can't
lot of the
measure
other
killer
guys out
instinct.
there.
You could measure wins and losses, Bobby.
You can
Facts,
measure
you
wins and
definitely
losses,
can.
but what I'm saying, like, it's
You can't
man,
measure
y'all
his
gotta stop
impact. Bobby, you might want to turn your
but
camera
that's
off
what I'm
for
saying.
5
But
That's
minutes.
what I'm saying. I'm measuring his impact.
So that's
on
what I'm
winning.
saying. Everybody in the chat, you know, there's a lot of casuals. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, how do you know he's a killer? Because you can see he don't fold. He not shying away from nothing. Draymond, just like in the finals when Draymond tried to punk him. What do you do the next 4 or 5 possessions? Put it right. No, y'all gonna make me pause. That's a homo. But look, what do he do? He came right back at Draymond and gave him all types of work from all levels, blowing past him, shooting in his face. That's where I see killer instinct. You might not be able to say, oh, he's a 5 out of 10 on killer instinct, but if you know what you're looking at, you can see it. Like it's right there, clear as day.
Christopher D said Brown versus Desmond Bain. Is it close?
That's disrespectful.
Come
That's
on,
yeah.
bro.
That's disrespectful.
Come on, bro.
Hey,
God.
with that being said, though, I do think.
Hey,
we
see, I
underrate
can say that
Desmond
you
Bain,
guys
too.
are disrespecting Desmond
got
Bain.
game. Desmond Bain got game.
I agree.
for real.
Very, very disrespectful.
He definitely
Desmond Bain.
does, but come on, he's not better than
He
JB
clear.
though.
I didn't even say Brandon Ingram's name. Jesus Christ. There's so many names.
And Mars
Sorry.
hates Brandon Ingram. That's
That's why I didn't say his name. But he's better
Wow.
than Jaylen Brown.
all right, Ron. Z-Dub said, killer don't mean better. Brown folds a lot. Went quiet with 2 points in the second half of a finals game.
Nah, my niggas don't fall.
Ron, Ron, do you have your overrated under? Yo, Bobby, I fucking love you, Bobby. Holy shit.
Yo,
That's one thing you can guarantee about them Celtics. Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, Al Horford, they don't fold.
and I mean, I heard this all last summer. All last summer, I didn't believe the Celtics were going to make it out the first round. And all I heard all throughout the playoffs is my niggas don't fold. Matter of fact,
I had to
Never mind,
eat
I ain't
mayo
gonna talk
because of
about
those bozos.
Yo,
I'm
but
not doing that again.
what y'all want first? Underrated or overrated?
I wanted to
Underrated.
start with underrated, yeah.
Listen, I got a starting lineup and a second team. I don't got to do the second team. I can just give you the starting lineup for both of them. All underrated team. Starting first is none other than Trae Young.
Oh my God.
wait,
you're
is this-
already,
is
you're
this-
already
no,
I hate
no,
this list already.
He's
Is this-
definitely on the
is this
other team.
all-time
This-
currently? Is this all-time
What?
or currently? All-time or
currently.
currently?
This-
Ron,
current.
we said
And
start
I
with
made this-
underrated.
And I made this. I made this a couple weeks ago, so this doesn't have nothing to do with what happened last night, Mars, or anything like that. No, because a dude averages 28-9, and you guys still don't give him the praise that he deserves.
Okay, stop
JD,
saying,
I think he got it confused with overrated and underrated.
bro,
means.
I
he
think
got
he
it
does
backwards.
too. It's just
No,
like
no,
left
you
and
guys
can't
don't
tell
give
his left
Trey the
from his
love he
right.
deserves. You guys
Okay,
do not
that's
give Trey
fine.
the love he
We're not
deserves.
doing players' choices opinion underrated, overrated. Let's talk about like I think the majority of people rank Trae Young, in my opinion, they
not high
overrate him.
enough. It's not. You see?
They overrated him.
Where do the
Underrated.
people you know rank Trae Young? Because from what I see,
Underrated.
people still think Ja Morant's better than him. So to me, he's underrated.
Well, he is.
Ja is better than Trae Young.
Underrated. See, underrated.
It's
I agree
not
with you, Ron.
underrated.
I agree with you.
Oh
Ron.
my God. Fine. Okay, keep going, Ron. Bozo.
Next, after Trey, we got Shea.
I
Shea's one of them ones.
Okay, you should have started with Shea first.
No, I had to push my Trey agenda.
Yeah, of
And
course.
but now you know, playing at OKC, he kind of just gets overlooked. We don't pay him no mind. Shea's really one of them boys. I think it's a couple guards you can swap him with, and those teams will be just as good. Cleveland. Next, none other than Jaylen Brown. We've talked about him. I don't have to talk any more about Jaylen Brown. He's on this underrated list. Ironically, we've talked about him all show. Now we've got to this point. Next, I got my man Chris Middleton. We talk about the Bucks, and we talk about two players. It's really 1.5. We talk about Giannis, and half of the times we'll talk about Drew Holiday. But Chris Middleton really then came up big for that team. That championship run in the Eastern Conference Finals, Chris was cooking. And I believe Chris is going to do that same thing this year. Last but not least, I got a dude who played center on a team that finished first in the West a couple years, and they made a championship run as well. Talking about DeAndre Ayton, especially the way the team looks at him. They weren't trying to pay him outright. He had to go do all that free agency shit, and then they matched the contract. But I think DeAndre is a lot better than we'll give him credit for, especially offensively.
All right, I agree with 4 out of the 5. I want to hear the rest of them now.
Okay. Honorable mention or on the bench, I got De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, Mikal Bridges, Brandon Ingram, and I also got might get some flack for this one, but I got Draymond Green too.
Oh my God.
Hey,
Okay,
no,
8
no,
out of
but-
10 is not bad.
Your bench is better than your starting 5
well, I mean, yeah, you can say that. They
in
all
terms of
underrated,
being
though.
underrated.
They
Like
all
De'Aaron Fox is so underrated. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Super
in my
underrated.
I like your list for the exception of 2, Ron. I
mean, the
I
reason
can
why I got to
co-sign
put
the
Draymond
majority
in
of
there
those.
is because it's dudes that have come up here and be mad at Draymond because last night he had 5, 5, and 4. Dudes will be like, "Oh, he's trash. How's he an all-star? He got 5, 5, and 4. He's not a Hall of Famer." I'm like, bro.
Wait,
You
you
know
said
who
Draymond
I'm
Green is
going to
underrated?
add?
You said Draymond Green is underrated?
Yeah, I don't think he gets as much props as he deserves.
You know who I'm
What
going to
other
add to
props?
this list,
What other
Ron?
props do he need?
What, bro? It's people that have come up here and say Draymond sucks. Like he's
I've never
trash.
said that. I've never
I'm
said
not
that.
pointing at you. Is
You
my
are
finger
pointing at me.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't say Draymond sucks. I just say
You're pointing at
You're
J-Rob right
literally
now.
Is it going to
pointing at
Draymond?
me.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, my screen's reversed. My screen's reversed. So it was. I meant to point that direction. My bad.
Okay. I was like,
I don't
I
think-
got
I don't
the
think- I
camera
don't think
reversed
he-
on my thing.
No, you good. You good.
I don't think Draymond sucks. I just think he's extremely overrated.
And that's why
I think
he's
Draymond
extremely
Green is like
underrated.
perfectly rated.
Yeah, I think he's
bro.
perfectly rated for
I think
sure.
He's like perfectly rated. I think maybe you can argue like some people may be upset about like the amount of All-Stars he's been to because of the numbers compared to maybe because like scoring and stuff. But like I think he's like perfectly rated as a player.
Is Draymond
And
Green
since-
better than Jaylen Brown?
Fuck
No,
what? Hell no.
no.
Bars?
When I talk about Draymond,
In no
I'm not
in
talking
no
about
universe
skill.
is he better than
I'm
than
not-
Draymond.
I have no comment.
I'm not
No,
talking
you
about
definitely have a
skills with
comment,
Draymond.
Mars.
Nah, you have a comment on it. I know you got something for us.
I'm strictly talking about his impact on winning. The Warriors don't do what they've done this whole time without Draymond. And
Ron,
that's it. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Since
could
we're
agree with
pushing
that.
agendas, and I don't know why everyone does this, especially our viewers. I don't know why they do this, but I'm putting RJ Barrett in that because we're pushing
my
agendas.
God.
And bro, he is underrated.
I'm
You're
not-
looking
I'm
at
not mad at
RJ
that.
Barrett,
I'm not
and
mad at
he's
that.
going into year
Let's go,
4.
Knicks.
You look at
Bing
his
bong.
3 years. You
Bing
look at
bong
his 3
season.
years, and you think that he's a finished
Yes.
product, and you're rating him based on this
Let's
is where
go.
you think RJ Barrett's going to
I
be
got
for the
love
rest
for
of his
RJ.
career.
So you're
No,
underrating
I
him
love
based.
it.
You're underrating him based on a
WJD.
projection.
WJD.
No. Well, he's underrated still for what he has done, and
WJD.
he's performed
done?
or not performed.
Yo, Ron,
He's-
you forgot about Harrison Barnes too.
He's gotten better year over year.
No.
This is the year that he takes the leap. This is the year he gets
Chill,
most
Bobby.
improved and All-Star
Most improved RJ
reserve.
Barrett.
All-Star reserve. Yeah.
Yeah,
most improved.
I got most improved.
Hey, I'm not.
RJ
That's
Barrett,
not a
too,
crazy
actually.
agenda to push.
I got that too. Actually, I actually put that.
I like
feature.
RJ. I like RJ a lot.
Let's go, J-Rob.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, JD.
Some
Now,
RJ
now
Barrett
rock with me.
stands.
Now get behind me in the Cavaliers, and we're gonna be good to go this season.
I like that. Jalen. He's just not gonna average as much as Jalen Green, so he won't get it. But
think
I'm not mad.
DeJounte-
I'm not
I
mad
think-
at RJ.
I think DeJounte
Yeah.
Murray's really underrated. I think a lot of people forget how
think
him and
Paul
Trey
George
Young
is
could really
underrated.
play well. What?
Paul George, I think he's underrated.
What? Nobody underrates Paul
If
George.
he was
I
stop
actually
dribbling
do
the
think.
damn ball,
I actually
I
do
do
think people have started underrating Paul
think they
George
do.
as of about 3 years ago.
In
The
fact,
bubble,
look,
the
JD,
bubble,
that's
the bubble,
the
the bubble underrated him. But
They
then he had that run in 2021.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they-
he's getting overrated. So.
Yeah,
it's because at halftime the ball's flat because he just be pounding it. Like move the ball, shoot it, do something. He just dribbling the shit out the ball like Kyrie Irving.
All right, Ron. Let's hear this overrated list.
All right, man.
And just know if
Overrated.
you say one name, I'm booting you.
Well, just boot me now.
He should be on there.
Oh my
JD. He's on there.
God.
Boot me
JD.
He's
now.
overrated.
Yo, yeah, most overrated. So, we've had a lot of discussions over these last few shows and whatnot. And it's been one name that has continued to circulate, and he's gonna continue to circulate. Yes, Dub. Christopher Paul.
I agree. He's overrated.
Overrated.
I agree.
That's number one. Number two, we're going straight to Ja Morant. And the reason why Ja Morant's up here, the reason why Ja Morant's overrated
What did you say,
is because it's about 5 different
Yup.
guards you can
I
put
don't
on that
care
team,
about context. I don't
and,
care.
and they
What
can
are
do
you
the same
talking
thing.
about? This is what pisses me
What do you
off.
mean do the same thing?
This is
Finish
what
your
pisses
list,
me
Ron.
off.
Finish
Hold
your
up.
list, Ron. He
Hold
about to
up,
get
Ron,
his
'cause
feelings.
me and
He about to
J-Rob,
get his
J-Rob,
feelings.
be-
He about
yo,
to get
y'all
his
be
feelings.
pissing me
He
off,
about to
bro.
get his feelings. He about to get his feelings. My bad.
Here's
He
what's
about to get his
here's what's
feelings. Go ahead,
crazy,
bro.
and I love Ja Morant, is I'm actually not mad about it because I think he's getting slightly overrated in terms of like where media and everyone's kind of pushing him. I think he's an amazing basketball player. I don't know that we can like elevate him to like a top 5 in the NBA.
Bro, I don't think Ja top 10.
He's not.
But people will put him there though.
Yeah.
And so that's
I
kind of
agree.
what I'm
He's a-
getting
he's
at.
a-
I love Ja. It hurts.
I mean, I said he was the
it
most
hurts to
overrated
hear
player
it,
in the NBA,
but
so.
I don't think you're wrong.
And the thing about it is, like, yeah, they finished number 2 in the West last year. Ja was balling. I don't want to take nothing. When I do this overrated list, except for Chris Paul and another name, I'm gonna say, I'm not sliding them. I'm just saying part of it's because of their situation, and part of it's just because it's other players that I think are better than them.
It's
but
fair.
with Ja, my thing with Ja is it's a few different guards. Like let's say Darius Garland, for instance. If you put Darius Garland on that team, they still win 50 games. And then on top of that, without Ja, that same team without Ja, they went 20-2 without him. So I'm like, he gets a lot of his praise due to the fact that they're a great team, but they look like a good team without him. They played the Warriors and they went 2-1 with him, and they went 2-1 without him. So I mean, I don't know, but Ja is dope though. Next,
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like that's kind of OD, Ron.
what with y'all?
OD? Yeah, that's a little OD.
I think the masses
Yes.
does slightly overrate him. I think it's fair.
You think he's overrated?
I think
but the
he
masses
gets.
are just the people who watch highlights.
I think he.
But I
gets
just personally think
slightly overrated.
I think it's the dunks, but the reason why I don't want to say he's overrated is just because, like I said, I've said this on here. Like, I want him to break that mold about the type of guard he is and his ability to win. But come on, I think it's the highlight plays that think
J-Rob, don't get it twisted. I don't think anyone up here is going to say that Ja Morant is not good or he. I mean, I think he's a great basketball player.
Right.
We're talking about just like in terms of where you're stacking him against the other players in the NBA. I think he does get slightly overrated. It's fair.
I can understand.
All right, keep going, Ron.
All right. Like I said, I made this list a couple weeks ago, so this one might not look too good right now, but he's still on this list until proven otherwise.
Jason Tatum.
James Harden.
Oh, okay.
Hey, we need to see it in the playoffs. I like that 35. He's going to continue to do that throughout the regular season. James Harden is a regular season god.
I hope you got Joel on this list too.
Hey, in a mere mortal in the playoffs. But we'll see, because I expect something from the Sixers this year. After that, you guys are gonna be tight in me. Really gonna be tight in me.
Who the last one?
I got two more. The next one is AD.
I don't know if he's overrated.
The reason why AD is overrated is not because of what he can do on the court. It's just the fact that he can't be on the court.
Bro,
Okay, I agree with that.
Oh my God.
I mean,
he's right. Availability
That's
is
not
the
fair,
best.
bro. That's not fair.
Kawhi Leonard better be on this
It's
list.
so
Kawhi Leonard better be on
right.
this list.
It's so dumb.
You're right, bro. Actually,
And Zion needs to get on this list too.
Okay, yeah, there you go, Ron. Actually, Ron, they got a point.
Ooh, Zion.
They got a point.
Even with that,
point.
though, it's like, bro,
What does he do when he's on the floor, though, Ron?
He still does, but I still think we overrate him though too, even when he's on the
Come
floor.
I was
Even when he's on the floor.
TikTok killed me for saying AD was better than Karl Anthony Towns, so I don't know how he's overrated.
Yeah,
I
he's not
think
overrated.
He's hated, in my opinion. He's hated because LeBron stands.
Here's the thing. I can
Nah,
get,
he's saying
I
it
can
just
get
'cause he
on
gets
board
hurt.
if you give me good reasons for why you would overrate Anthony Davis outside of injuries. But if you say that because of his injuries he's overrated, I just can't get.
I'm saying injuries and even on the court too. I think we overrate AD a little much. And it's like, bro, like AD he's dope, but dudes like Dale will come in here and say, well, AD's top 5 when he's healthy. And I'm like, no. I can easily name 8 to 10 players better than AD.
Yeah, but I mean, I think you're being
A
a little
healthy
biased in
AD.
that you're heavily rating this on his injuries.
But the thing about it too, though, is AD's been overrated for a long time.
Damn.
When Lakers fans were saying AD was better than Tim Duncan, that's when he was overrated. That was crazy.
I mean, that doesn't happen. That hasn't went away. Still people that are saying, yo, if Dale was up here right now, Dale would be on like trying to cook me right now, talking about, well, AD does this, AD does that.
Yeah, Dale would be on your ass for the next 20 minutes.
Also another
never
thing
said
too,
he's better than Tim Duncan.
and also another thing too,
He might.
AD's still not the best player on that team. And
Listen.
everybody's saying, oh, they got to run the offense to AD. AD needs to
No,
be the
LeBron's
best
still the
player.
best. LeBron's
He
still the best.
needs to be the best player, but he can't.
He's number 2. He's number 2. That's fair.
But the ball should go through AD though.
What are you talking about? He needs to be. He's playing with LeBron James, bro. Like, let's
Okay,
clarify
then. So
that. He's
let's stop
playing
saying
with LeBron James.
that the offense
He's
needs
playing-
to get ran through him.
He's playing.
Let's stop saying
I agree with you with that. I agree with you with that. I don't kind of like that. I don't like that stigma. I think the offense should run through LeBron James and him being like a point guard. But as when they talk about offense running through him, I think they're talking about as in scoring the ball. So running through Anthony Davis through scoring the ball, I don't see why that's so ridiculous.
He's still
to
not
say.
going to outscore.
Nah, I'm not talking
He
about that.
outscored
though.
Bron already before.
I'm
bro.
talking about Bron, kicking to AD at the high post, similar to how they used to run the offense through Marc Gasol in Memphis. Like AD got to get involved, touch the ball a little more, and kind of
It's
run
just
the
hard.
offense.
It's just hard when you really don't have a lot of spacing on that team. Which
No
is
doubt,
why
no
I
doubt.
think it's terrible.
All right, Ron,
It's
keep
just
going.
terrible.
Keep going.
Next, oh man, I got to give it to Cat. I have to. And I don't really got to go too much in depth with Cat. The thing about Cat is he's so skilled, but it's just like he is somewhere along the lines where he just falls short in damn near every department. And I don't know. I don't get it, because I was a big Cat advocate, but after last year in the playoffs and just everything else, I'm like, Cat, you're overrated.
Damn.
Next,
I could agree with that. Damn, how
Next,
many overrated
We
people
got
we
the
got?
bench. We got the bench.
Yeah, we
This
got the
is-
bench.
Yeah, this is only 6.
I'm gonna get through this quick. Marcus Smart, Donovan Mitchell,
Telling you,
Paul
J-Rob.
George,
I'm telling you,
and
tourist
Rudy Gobert.
activity.
Marcus Smart.
And with here's the reason why Marcus Smart's on this list is because it's dudes like you. Oh, my bad, J-Rob. It's dudes like you that'll come up here and hype the shit out of Marcus Smart. And it's like, bro, like under the John Morant Act, it's dudes that'll go over there and do a way better job at point guard than him.
What?
For instance,
And win less.
What?
And win
Wait,
less.
wait. You talking about Marcus
on the
Smart,
bench.
bro?
Yeah, he's
Wait,
talking
no,
about Marcus Smart.
you
right
hate
now.
Marcus
Cook him,
Smart
Dub.
as a point
Nobody's
guard.
denying that.
I don't hate Marcus Smart. I
No,
don't hate
Nobody-
Marcus Smart.
Dub hates
Oh.
Marcus Smart as a point
Dub,
guard.
I'm actively
I don't-
denying that he's on.
No,
that he's
don't get me
overrated.
wrong. Nobody denies the fact that there's a lot of guys who could do a better point guard job than him. But that's not where he makes his money off of, bro. He makes his money off the defense that he brings. He's not overrated in that aspect. That's just a weird thing to do.
No,
and I can't believe you about to make me say this.
And that
Rudy
killer
Go-
instinct.
Rudy Gobert is not fucking overrated, bro. I think he is who he is.
No,
And I don't even like Rudy Gobert like that. So now you have me saying this shit. Like
Yo,
Rudy Gobert is not that bad.
what did I say before this? Just because you're on this list doesn't mean you're bad. Yeah, I just think you're a bit overrated. Now,
How
I
is
love
Marcus
Rudy
Smart
Gobert.
overrated, bro?
I don't even
That's
know.
wild.
I
That's
don't even
wild.
know who rates Rudy
Like,
Gobert.
my question about him is like, what is his?
That's
what
wild
was-
too,
what are-
Mars.
What is Marcus?
I'm like the
Smart's
only Rudy Gobert
expectations,
advocate there
Ron?
is.
What is Marcus Smart's expectations
just-
that he's
Defensive player of the year.
overrated?
That's his expectation.
It's not-
That
Defensive
makes him
player of the year.
overrated.
He's great on defense, but on offense, he's just.
But everyone knows that. Everybody knows that.
No
Everybody
one
On
really
knows
offense,
that.
considers Marcus Smart an offensive player.
on offense, he's Kyle Lowry in Toronto. He knocks down that open 3-ball.
And that's why
He's worse though. Like we
He's
know
No,
that.
not
worse.
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 Oh, is it
I don't
offense?
think so.
He's not.
I mean,
Okay, he's overrated.
Lowry,
He's overrated.
Lowry
He's
was
overrated.
definitely a better playmaker than Marcus
He was just a
Smart.
better player.
True.
Period.
That's true.
He was just
That's
I
better.
think he's
He's a better
better.
player,
Yeah, I think
yes.
he's probably the better player, but I wouldn't. But I mean, it's not saying much.
I wouldn't say he's a better player than Marcus
The
Smart.
Tonka truck.
with the donk.
Oh, with them yams?
Tonka truck.
That boy, listen, bro. I don't know. God did something to him. That shit is not healthy for somebody, bro. I
All
swear
right,
to God.
Ron. It's about that time that we bring. All right, Ron wanted to talk about this. J-Rob, get ready for the headshot.
Oh Lord,
Here we
What is
go.
this?
Let's listen to this clip.
Ron wants some smoke. What did I say?
Look at me in the same
Ah,
hoodie.
damn.
Fire. Look at me. in
Ah,
the same
damn!
hoodie.
I don't even know what I said up here. I came up here during my. Oh man. what did
Yeah,
I
that's
say?
your problem. You don't remember what you be saying,
What I
son.
said-
So
what I
when
came
people
up here
say
to
what
do.
you say, understand
All
that
right,
we
so-
know what we're talking about.
For
Shut up.
context, because I might have
Shut
already passed the part where I asked it, but this was Shaquille O'Neal talking about how Penny Hardaway clears Kyrie Irving. So here we go.
Oh,
Penny is
shit.
better than Kyrie, and why?
I think Penny clears Kyrie. I
Facts,
don't
boys,
know why.
facts.
It's
Look at
I don't
J-Rob's
know
face.
what would make Kyrie. Well, I know what would make Kyrie better.
Nah,
I know
Kyrie
the
shit
argument.
is.
I know the argument. I know the argument.
Ain't you talking to a Jersey boy, Mars? You know I'm rocking. You know I'm rocking with Kyrie, Mars, because he's
Look
from
at
Jersey,
Dub.
bro.
Look
Come
at
on
Dub
now.
too.
Dub's up there shaking and making too.
I
Okay,
just
Ron.
wanted to say this is some of the nastiest shit you guys have ever came on this Players Choice platform and never did. It's too, hey,
What do
it's
we
too many
do?
reputations up here. You guys are trying to tarnish everybody by doing that.
Jay,
So
I'm not even.
Kyrie's
Jay,
better than
Jay.
so Kyrie's better than Penny because he
Can I
because he can do this.
Can I answer, please? Can I answer?
And remember, J-Rob, you're the same dude that said you're not even on the vanity train.
J-Rob,
You said, Bobby, I
J-Rob.
agree with you. I'm not
J-Rob.
even a vanity guy like that.
J-Rob,
I'm
don't say
not.
anything. Hold up. J-Rob, don't say anything.
J-Rob's
Hold
getting
up,
caught
up.
hold up. Just hold up. Wait, just stop. Ron, this is why I say listening is very important. And listening to the whole thing is very important. Because
I
me
listened
and
to the whole
J-Rob clearly stated, that if somebody wants to have Penny Hardaway, I even said, if you want to put Penny over Kyrie, go ahead. Like, go ahead.
We
I
did say
understand
that.
the
We
logic.
did said it. We did said
So
it.
you're arguing
But are
your
you
point.
putting him over him? I don't care about what you think.
J-Rock
You.
said it was
Are you
coming
doing?
from bias. Like he
He
Thank
openly
you.
admitted
Thank
the
you.
bias. Like, Ron, what are we doing?
I did say, I openly said I am biased because he's from New Jersey. He's one of my favorite players ever. So I'm going to take him every time. But I did say he's probably not better than Penny. But I'm biased and going to take Kyrie.
But that's the point I'm making.
Can you be mad at that though? How's that nasty?
Nah, for sure. You can take whoever you want.
Ron, you chill out because you're the type of mug that will come up here and tell everybody
why
you will come up here and say I'd rather have Tracy McGrady or some shit than LeBron James, bro.
I don't know. I don't
know
if he's that much of a bozo.
I'm not gonna take him
Bro,
over.
I think he would, bro.
I'll take T-Mac over a lot of cats, but not Bron.
Would you take him over CP3?
Any day.
Any day.
Any day. Crazy. Talking about Max sauce, nigga. Definitely take a T-Mac.
I can't do this. I can't do this.
That was funny.
Ron, you have anything else?
I'm just saying, like, bro, don't forget how dope Penny really was. Like, it's only one person to send in the 90s to send Jordan packing in the playoffs. And yeah, he had some help, but Penny was him.
Some help is crazy.
Oh,
He had Shaq.
I mean, everybody that had help.
He had Shaq.
And who did Jordan have?
There was some help.
He didn't have Shaq.
And who did Jordan have?
He didn't have Shaq.
No, that's fine. The Bulls were a good team.
No, don't say a good team. They're one of the best teams of all time, and nobody else was able to do it but Penny. So put it, but like Dub, tell your mans what you'll tell me. Put it in the context.
No, but
that's
Penny. No, the thing is, Penny. You're
on
saying Penny had help. Penny was the help. Shaq had help. Penny was the help to Shaq.
Oh, okay.
I just saw how dope Shaq was.
Didn't they have Horace Grant?
Yeah, Horace Grant was on that team, and that was the Bulls that they didn't have any bigs, and that team wasn't as great as they would.
I actually agree because
amazing 2K team.
Shaq literally asked for Penny, like handpicked, like you need to bring Penny to.
But they did play the Bulls again the next year, and even though they got swept, Penny was great in that series. So that's whatever. Yeah, look, like Penny was still that guy.
Penny before injuries is for real, like one of the best I ever seen.
Cool. Can we talk about how overrated the Denver Nuggets are?
They're not overrated, bro.
They're not overrated, bro. Because I don't think anybody really thinks
they're not overrated at all.
Nobody thinks they're winning the title, bro.
I heard.
I think I would say
why
easy
are they
contenders.
overrated?
Where did you hear this?
I heard Low. I heard Chilltown. I heard Mars even put the Denver Nuggets as a top 5 team. I think Mars has them as like top 3. I think even Low
in
had
the West
top
or in the
2.
NBA.
In the NBA.
I had them third. Yep.
Now I like the Denver Nuggets and what they can do, but ultimately I do think what they'll fall short on, especially in the playoffs, is their defense. I don't really think they have the defenders to be able to match up, especially in the postseason. So I think they have a lot of firepower with Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., and Jokic, but they're lacking on the defensive end, and I don't know how they'll be able to make up with that and be able that would lead to a championship over like Golden State Warriors and Milwaukee Bucks.
No, I agree.
I don't think they're great.
This was my whole point. Yeah, I agree. Because this was my point. Outside of Golden State, in the West, what team do you really think can kill that Denver Nuggets defense? If they're
I'm gonna lie, Luka Doncic.
Yeah. I think Luka is gonna torch.
I think Luka will play great.
Luka Doncic is my.
But that Dallas Mavericks team as a whole, I don't see how.
But Mars, look what happened. Listen, look what happened last season, bro, with the Phoenix Suns. Like I would have said, no cap. I didn't think the Dallas Mavericks was gonna beat the fucking Suns because, like you're saying now, like the pieces. All right, well, I looked at the pieces. I looked at the pieces. I'm like, they got a better. The Phoenix Suns had a better defense than the Denver Nuggets, so Luka's gonna have a fucking field day. And I think they don't have an answer for Jokic. I will say that, but I think their perimeter defense is very well in Dallas Mavericks, so they'll be able to keep things at bay so that Luka Doncic can take over with scoring.
Hold on,
You feel me?
Doug,
What is you
because
with this
because the
perimeter
Nuggets,
defense in Mavericks team?
the Nuggets got
the Nuggets have capable defense. Like Jamal
they
Murray
got
can play
Bruce Brown.
defense.
They got Bruce Brown.
Bruce Brown
They got
plays
KCP.
defense. KCP plays defense.
Damn, they got
Gordon.
Bruce Brown.
They
Aaron
got
Gordon,
Brown.
Brown
Aaron
is
Gordon plays
KCP.
They
defense.
got some
The issue
defense.
Better than
defensively-
Mikal Bridges though, and what the Suns had.
I didn't say it was better than Mikal Bridges, but I'm saying
Yeah.
and don't forget Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon plays defense. Aaron Gordon plays defense. KCP plays defense. Bruce Brown plays
The
defense.
reason the
Don't say
Mavericks,
Aaron
the reason the
Gordon.
Mavericks were able to beat the Suns, it's not just that Luka was killing them offensively. It's that the Dallas Mavericks defense was able to slow down the Suns. That's why I think it's not a realistic comparison because you don't slow down this Denver offense, especially the Dallas Mavericks. I think Luka will have a great series. Like he'll do Luka things because I don't think Bruce Brown or what's his name KCP is going to slow him down. Plus he's going to look for that Jokic switch. Like that's cool. But then you got to stop them on the other end, and that's why I don't think in the West outside of Golden State because they can like same reason Dame killed them in 2021. That shooting, that's going to be a problem for Denver. But other than that, it's a lot of teams that I'm like their offense isn't really catered to kill what the Nuggets struggle with, which is defending that high pick and roll because of Jokic's speed on the perimeter, which is why that's why I had them third because I think they're the second best team in the West. And I think they could be fourth behind Milwaukee because I had Philly over Milwaukee, which I'm kind of regretting right now. But I think they're in the top. I think they're in the top four. I think it would be Golden State, Milwaukee, Philly, and Denver as the top four, whatever order you want.
I can see your point. Like after the Golden
Top
State
four in the
Warriors,
league.
Yeah, I think they're the top 4 team in the league.
Bro, don't let last night fool you. The Sixers are going to be good this year. They're going to be very good this year.
And I think
No, I'm talking about Denver. Not
I think
top
I
14
mean
is
I think
Denver.
Denver's going to be a good team, but I personally don't think anybody like even like the Warriors, the Clippers. I personally don't think they're looking at the Nuggets as like, oh Lord, you know. Like,
The Clippers better be looking at the Nuggets. They've seen the Nuggets already, and it didn't go well for them.
If the Nuggets,
they have, but
And they
I think
still
the-
don't
I
have a
think
big
the
to do with
Clippers-
Jokic, and Jokic is a better player now.
if the
Nobody
Nuggets
has to
can
deal with
finish,
Jokic.
But who do they have to deal with? Who do they have to deal with? Don't
Kawhi
tell
and
me
Paul
Aaron
George.
Gordon could guard Kawhi or Paul George.
No, that's my point.
Don't tell me
Because
KCP is
Kawhi,
guarding either of them.
no, but you're not guarding Kawhi, but because Kawhi is so predicated on the mid range, I don't think his game is gonna cause the Denver Nuggets defense as many problems as guys like Steph, Damian Lillard, because Jokic struggles when you pull him out of the paint. If you can let him play drop, which you kind of can with Kawhi and Paul George to a lesser extent, I think that's why they're okay because their offense is going to kill the Clippers because they have no bigs to deal with Jokic at all.
the
And
Nuggets
you can't play small on them.
The Nuggets will kill the Blazers. The Blazers don't look good.
Yeah, the Blazers
Mars-
aren't even making the playoffs, but Damian
Mars-
Lillard killed them in 2021.
I think it's time for them to let Damian Lillard walk into the sunset, bro. Save him from himself, man. Please.
Mars, the
Please,
only
Portland. Please.
the top 5 teams I would have to put over like the Denver Nuggets, like the Boston Celtics, the Golden State Warriors, who else? The Philadelphia Sixers. I might even put the Clippers right there above them as well, and then the Milwaukee Bucks. So that's why I say it's a little bit overrated for me to just put them above those guys, in my opinion.
Boston
Mavericks.
is fair. I don't see the Clippers, but Boston is fair. Like I don't know if I think Boston and LA, the Clippers were in my 5th and 6th spot, but Boston is fair to go over Denver. I don't mind. I'm not with the Clippers.
What
It's
about Miami?
conundrum.
Miami?
Nah. I'm sorry.
I like Miami over the
I'm
Nuggets.
not seeing
I
it.
really do.
I don't really like Miami. Like
Second
here's
round,
why I like
second round
Miami.
ceiling to me. Second round ceiling.
Here's why I like Miami.
Cavs
over
is going to
them,
be
though.
better than the Miami.
Because
Oh, I
they got
forgot the
guys
Nets,
with
too.
championship
I forgot about
experience
the
that
Nets.
have went there
Nets, too.
multiple
I
times.
forgot
So
about
I think Miami's a little more scary.
Cool. No, I think
The
Miami's
East
going to
is
get washed out
packed.
this year.
Oh my
I
god.
think-
The
I think
league is
Miami
stacked.
gets
There's
exposed
like
a little
8 good teams in each conference that could like legitimately.
Yeah.
make
But
conference
is
finals.
Michael Porter Jr. is he healthy? Is he good to go?
Yep, he's
Yeah.
healthy.
Yeah.
I don't think they need
We'll see if
him.
he can
anyway.
sustain
I
it.
think they
is,
just
though.
need Jamal Murray.
He still got to prove himself too. Jamal Murray too. Like
No, Michael
Jamal
Porter Jr.
Murray.
helps them offensively. He's just
Murray,
so bad.
nah, we kind of know what
defensively.
Murray is, bro. He's a
Yeah, we
man,
know
that
what
was
Murray.
one year in the playoffs, and you guys have put Murray and Donovan Mitchell, and that's why Donovan was on my overrated list because in Donovan has done it more than Murray. But still, though, bro, just because that one year where they were in that series, averaging 30 against each other, 35, whatever the fuck it was, you guys will run back to that moment in time and be like, oh, well, Jamal's crazy, or Jamal's crazy. Donovan was averaging 35 in the playoffs, and it's like
Nobody
No,
calls
I
Jamal
agree.
Murray top. Nobody
I don't
calls
think- I
Jamal
don't
Murray
know,
top
yeah.
25, top
Jamal
30
was good
player.
the year he got
But
hurt. He was
yeah,
good.
Jamal's always been good. I'm not saying Jamal sucks.
No
or
one's
anything
saying
like
he's some
that.
all NBA top 5 point guard, but he's a
Yeah.
very good all-star caliber player.
No, he's
Better
for
than
sure
Marcus
solid.
Smart.
I mean, for sure, Marcus Smart.
Ron, it's
For sure
conundrum
better than
time.
Marcus Smart.
Assist sent a super chat. If JB's the number one option on a team, what's his ceiling?
Second round of the playoffs.
Second
I mean,
round?
No cap.
First-
If you
maybe
drop him,
first
if you
round.
drop
Maybe
him,
not the
if,
playoffs.
if you drop him on the Orlando
I don't
Magic
wanna do
right
that to
now,
him.
I don't.
So they got
I
a
don't
good
think
team.
they. I don't think they making the playoffs, bro.
Well,
Just keep him.
put
Just
it
keep
this
him
way,
on.
though.
Just keep him on Boston.
That's because they're a little
Jason
young,
Tatum
though,
just
Doug.
doesn't
They're
play.
still a little young. Give them 2
Bro, you
years.
drop him on the
Morris,
you drop him
let's
on the
say- let's
Magic.
say-
Paulo Banchero's still the number one option on that team.
Just keep him on Boston, but Jason Tatum out for the year.
I actually think
But
Orlando
if
might be
Jason
all right, though.
Tatum's
They
going,
make
you
the
got to replace
playoffs.
him with somebody though, Morris. Like let's
No,
say, let's say you
imagine
replace-
Jason Tatum just got hurt, and
Yeah,
Jaylen
but
Brown
let's
had
say
to
you
carry
replace
that Boston
Jason
team.
Tatum with Zach LaVine.
Zach LaVine's better than him.
No, he's not. But let's just
He
say
is. He is.
let's just say you replace Zach. Okay, but let's say you replace
Wait,
Jason Tatum with Zach LaVine, and just due to coaching preferences, Jaylen Brown is the first option. Not because he's better than Zach, but just because Missoula just happens to like JB more.
That team.
He
That team's a
feeds him
second
in
round
points.
team. That team's a second round team. Yeah.
Okay.
Reggie Reg said, "Why Bobby look like KRS-One?"
It's one of the best lyricists of all time.
Z-Dub, but the Raptors went 17-5 without Kawhi. With Ja, you argue his team winning without him, and you overrate him.
But then Kawhi Leonard must be overrated as well.
But what did Kawhi do in the playoffs?
This
And that's
Kawhi-
when it
Kawhi
all
is
that's when it all
overrated.
comes to rest. Because when he played, they won. Okay, when he didn't
Winning-
play, they won.
winning
but when
bias.
when
Winning
he
bias.
played, they didn't lose. When he played, they
Winning
didn't
bias.
lose.
Winning bias.
Kawhi's a better
Yeah.
player than John Morant, but it's still the same logic.
It's
the same
absolutely
exact
the same
process.
logic. But Kawhi got Finals MVP that year, so what can we say?
Winning
Miss-
bias.
Mr. Rudy Poo. Jokic overrated as hell. He's not even the best number. He's not even.
He's saying
best number
Carmelo is-
15.
he's saying
Oh,
Carmelo's
on the
better.
Nuggets. Can't be the most valuable player when you subbed out for defense in the clutch.
So Steph was never the MVP.
Damn. Tyson Thomas. Murray overrated. Living off bubble playoff run. 19 points per game is not elite. Tyson Thomas. Murray not all-star guard in the West,
I
Mars.
said all-star caliber. Listen, open your ears. Jesus.
Yeah,
Christ.
Jesus fucking Christ, yo.
All-star caliber, like. Bro,
Put your head on a fucking spike. On a fucking
Right.
spike, bro.
God
You just
damn.
paid to just show that you don't listen. Like,
A lot of people been not listening today, Mars. I'm with you on that.
it's crazy.
Hashtag Jay Robinson,
I
LeBron.
literally said all-star caliber, and then you was like, "Oh, $2. He's not an all-star."
Your
Like, shut
your
up.
jaw, your jaw hurt, Dub. Your jaw hurt.
There ain't nothing in my mouth.
Oh,
tell you that right
okay.
now.
Anyway, yo, shout out to everybody who tapped in live
I'm just
today, man.
saying.
We were sitting at 600 of y'all chilling. Some of you haven't paid the entry fee, but on your way out, you could pay the exit
Ain't
fee
nothing
and
in
hit
my
that like
mouth.
button and that subscribe button.
I heard that
Uh,
line
Oh, you a
before.
fool.
Hey y'all, can y'all get us up to 600 likes? Can
Yo,
we just
and
do that right quick?
Also, shout out
Bro, I
to
cannot wait to
Jersey,
come
boy.
home, bro. Yeah, I
We
can't wait to
from
come home, bro.
Jersey.
I cannot
Yo.
wait to come home, bro.
Shout out to all the Players Choice YouTube members, man. We eclipsed 100 total members on the YouTube channel, bro. That is crazy. And make sure,
Yes,
again,
sir.
you go follow that second channel, Players Choice Clips channel. It's linked at the top of the chat if you're here live, top of the description in the descriptions of the show. And Dub, any final words?
Make context matter again, bro. So
Gridiron
we're gonna
tonight,
put a
Dub.
log out. Gridiron tonight. Easy. Y'all already know what to do. Pull up, like the video on y'all way out. 600 people already here. I don't know why we don't have 300 likes. Shame on y'all. Shame on
Word.
y'all.
Mars.
Next show, I'm gonna educate everyone here on turnovers because people seem to not understand turnovers. I'm gonna educate people. So stay tuned for Sunday. I'm gonna educate people.
Bob.
Oh, Friday too.
Friday,
I'll give
open
you
gym.
some words from the Dalai Lama. Remember that not getting what you want is sometimes a wonderful stroke of luck.
Ron.
I like
I
that.
think he said that quote for me to follow up with Kawhi back.
J-Rob.
Vanity over getting shit done. I gotta stop it.
Yo, for everybody who talks shit constantly in the chat, you want to come up here and debate Open Gym every Friday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure you pull up. Come chop it up with Dub and Mars. That is every Friday. So clear your calendars for this Friday. Come show up. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. final super chat of the show. Kenny McCoy said, "Did Mars say Zach LaVine's better than Jason Tatum?"
Someone else who
your
doesn't
ears.
listen.
He don't listen.
Yo,
You guys are
we'll see you on
embarrassing yourself.
Sunday.
Shout out,
We'll
Toast
see you
to
on
Go.
Sunday.